Oh, hi, James's mum.
Hello,
Wait
James.
for the delay to kick in.
Yeah.
Have to be waiting for it.
Mum, if you ever watch this, I'm very sorry. Like these people, I don't know them. They just harass me on the No, that doesn't sound good. Moving on. Welcome to what is chronologically episode 30 of the Dysfunctionals campaign.
What?
Yeah. That's crazy. Thank you for watching us. I'll tell you what, actually, before we do
Brüz
get
has been
going.
in for half of the episodes now.
Oh my goodness, really?
Yeah, I was pretty sure it was 15 that I came in on.
That's crazy. Well, I'm just going to quickly look at something, actually. I swear that I dived straight into the game, but there was something that was really, really lovely commented on one of the videos. I've forgotten which one it is. But yeah, I hope that you're doing well. In one of our
Good time to look things up.
news and notices today is, Arby, your stream was on Saturday. How'd that go?
It went great. I was very tired towards the end, but I was great. And I raised $172.
Wow.
Whoa, good job.
That's
What are you
crazy.
doing raising dollars in Britain?
It's through Extra Life's website, so it's all dollars, but they share it out.
Whose
Yeah.
dollars? American dollars.
Yeah,
They
No, I
raise
suppose they're
money.
all right.
Raise money for providing.
they're not quite Australian dollars.
What is it? Is it providing
Certainly not quite.
video games and just entertainment for hospitalized children? Is that the thing?
That's some of the thing, and then they also
Yeah.
do like just better stuff for children's hospitals in general.
Yeah.
Like their aim is to make their lives easier while they're in the hospital, but also make the hospitals better and better funded.
A bit of I'm not sure if that's amazing. Well done, Arby. That's awesome news. And on another kind of news and notices setting, I'm not sure if this is like a backhanded compliment, but there was a guy who's apparently been watching our YouTube campaign, our videos, got to episode 19, which is pretty committed, and said, I finally had some time to catch up, and I have to say this is in my top 5 Dungeons and Dragons podcasts and streams.
Wow.
I want to say I'm
No
loving
way.
it. Tell everyone.
Well,
And tell everyone I say this is wonderful. So at least one person has been enjoying the series, which is really, really lovely. I'm going to take that as a compliment.
One
yeah.
person and your mum.
Indeed. For all
So
I know,
indeed.
this person is the same person.
We're all number one in your mom's heart.
It's your mom's
Is your mum making false
YouTube.
YouTube accounts now?
Thank you.
Maybe. I mean, this YouTube account is called A Bit of Trash, which would be a bit weird for my mum. Never mind. Cool. Does anyone else have any notices, news? Find the yell.
Oh yeah, the retcon, right?
Oh yeah, after the end of last time, we were gonna just quickly go back over the incident where Eirys and Kyro shot at the goblin, and we said that just to confirm canon-wise, Kyro wouldn't have chosen to do that because of the massive crowd, and that's fine. So that's good. I need to add on another icon. Until we have a placement for Nuru, we're going to use just the character icon on the battle map for now. Until I can talk to Devvado. Or if you wanted to make one, of course, you're more than welcome to, Deanna.
You did make a token, didn't
Yeah,
you?
I mean, I made a token. It should be up. I think it is.
Oh, is it? Oh, excuse me.
I'm pretty sure you replaced it last I saw.
Did I?
Why don't you post it in chat again
Okay.
Um,
I'll have to
for
do
the
that.
ease of access?
I'll have to do that later on. But yeah, next time for sure. I'll do it after we're done today. But no, it's time for us to dive into tonight's episode of the Dysfunctionals.
I guess I could work on that. I usually sort of draw something in the background while we're playing anyway.
Welcome back. Welcome back. So, before we stopped last session, you guys had been traveling. Actually, let me see it on the map here. You'd been traveling along the roads between Dogbjorn and Trine, taking yourself. Oh, Yell, are you hidden in the DM's hood? You son of a gun! Wow, genuinely.
Staring at that for ages, and I couldn't figure out what it was, and I was like, oh, weird that they did like a bit of light, grey there, and didn't catch on at all.
Yell is the BB
perfectly hidden.
big bad evil guy.
Son.
Yeah.
Shadow the
Don't give it away.
You guys had made your way out from Dogbjorn, escaping from a trio of knights who you had not enamored yourselves to in your entry to town, discovering some friends at the local library and making use of the teleportation circle in the garrison there to teleport Joril, Kyro, your brother, back up to the top of the mountains of Trine. You guys made your way out and came to the river Trine, running south to the south of the Ufai continent. There was a bridge over which you travelled, and on the other side was a stall of markets, traders, salesmen, gypsies, caravans, all manner of various folk plying their trades. Ella was pickpocketed by a goblin, the attempt thwarted by Eirys, and a good roll on a shoot to avoid hitting any passers-by. And you guys decided to turn your attention northwards towards the town of Littleshade, or northeastwards. Another couple of days' travel await you on your way to that village. Of course, Eirys, you know that village well for your previous and prior experience. But for the rest of you guys, you make your way to the north of this small, almost kind of like shanty town of caravans and of tents. On the way out, leading two horses as you are, one of the traders actually grabs, I'll say, who's going to be in the middle. Kind of approaches, maybe Yell, kind of goes up. Yes, hello. I noticed that you have two fantastic horses there. Would you be interested in acquiring a cart? Maybe a wagon of some description? Might help you along the way.
My horse is not pulling a cart.
It'd be
That'll
easier
be
to
a no
carry
then.
more treasure if you had a big old cart.
Slows you down too, though.
True. Up to you guys.
I don't really need a cart. We have bags and pockets.
And horses.
And yes.
Oh, well, never mind. Have a good journey. Be careful of the northern roads. They tend to be a bit dangerous.
Well, that's very kind of the warning, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Mario. Catch you later.
It's
Where do you
me.
think that Where do you think that guy's accent's from?
Nuru, make a general intelligence check, or maybe a history check.
Okay. One moment. I rolled a 15. I don't have my character sheet open. Sorry. Hold on.
15. Okay.
New.
But it'll be open in just a second. It's loading, and history is +1, so that's 16.
You're fairly sure that it's off continent, wherever this person's from. It's
Shrug.
get a glimpse of him. He's either short for a human or tall for a dwarf. You can't tell which one. And he's
Maybe
suspicious of this
maybe a
person.
mix. I don't know. Is that possible in this world? Like,
3/4.
you're
A
not
mix
sure.
of
You're not
what?
sure. You
I
know
guess
that.
not.
I mean, from that history check, you'd know that there's definitely mixed blood between dwarf and humans because they live so close together, particularly the human settlements around the mountains, which
Okay.
this kind of one.
There's probably a few in my old village. Like, my old village was mostly dwarves, but they worked closely with whoever was around.
Whoever this
And
guy
humans
is,
are just everywhere, so...
whoever this guy is, he's got a cart to sell. Saw an opportunity, and sadly, kind of plods away. Hope that you guys will be up for it. But you guys turn your attention up to the north, immediately beside the bridge, and you spend the next I'll say 2 nights traveling north up the river as it curves, and then along the way. For the first night of that, for the first of the 2 nights and the day leading up to it, nothing much happens, just following the road as it goes by the river. The road then kind of breaks away as the river kind of goes further into the mountains, and the path stays towards the plains, towards the south of the Trine mountain range. You make your way along, enjoying a night's rest, taking a day's worth of rations as you guys make your way. And yeah, can I get a marching order for the next day? Hint.
We're traveling at night.
Oh, you are, aren't you? Okay.
Because, like,
Also-
there's no reason not to.
Yeah,
Most
that's
of us have dark vision, except
Okay.
for Arthrin, so...
Do you guys think it would be good to not be on roads, or I don't know? Do you think that guy had any legitimate worries?
I think we should at least be careful.
I don't know. I thought the road was the most direct point, the direct travel to Littleshade or Trine.
We could travel just off the road parallel to it.
Mm.
Okay.
Yes, I do prefer walking in the in amongst the trees anyway.
Okay.
I think these next few mornings, my skywriting is gonna be directed at any bandits that might want to change their ways.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
Hey, does that cloud thing always appear like over your actual location?
It's indistinct enough that I don't think it would pinpoint exactly where we are, and she can have it be a little bit off away. Like, it would show that somebody's in the general, like, huge area, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Because you're moving
Like
clouds,
a
aren't you?
druid.
Yeah.
And so she's gonna start writing things like, it's never too late to turn your life around, or stuff like that.
Yeah. Okay.
Or, stealing is bad.
Okay.
You do so.
What would your mother think of this?
Make an Arcana check.
Arcana check?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
to see how successfully you're able to kind of use that
Would your
spell.
mother be proud? Question
Would your
mark.
mother be proud of you?
Yeah.
What's the Arcana check?
Meanwhile, there's someone who's like parents.
Okay.
There's someone who's like parents wanted them to be like, I don't know, a banker, and instead they've taken up fishing because that's their dream. And then they look up and what would your mother think of this? And they're like, I'll go back to banking.
No, maybe not that. I don't know. She tends to think a lot on the kind of things she puts up in the sky
What was your
before
Arcana check?
eventually making a split-second decision. Her Arcana check was 9.
Okay, you're not sure how successfully the arcane energy is like redirecting the clouds around.
I mean, it's in the spell. You can just write stuff with clouds.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, you're able to kind of like make it. I'm kind of just like, getting you to roll for how successfully it's likely to make an impact on the bandits around, if there are any.
Isn't that more persuasion?
Yeah, that's more just based on the bandits.
Well,
themselves.
wait, never mind. Not persuasion. I have a 0 in that.
I'll roll for the bandits.
Can they read though?
Yeah, they're not impressed, man. They're not impressed. I wish I'd rolled higher.
Bandits confirmed.
Many of them had poor experiences with their mothers.
Yes. How dare you?
Like,
And how many times was it cast today? Because it would use a spell slot.
yeah, my mom said I wouldn't be worth anything. Why do you think I'm a bandit?
Cool. Don't forget to mark off a spell slot if you're casting it. Apparently it's
Yeah, I
+1.
know.
Cool.
She does this every morning, so
Okay.
I'm taking a spell slot penalty because of character reasons.
Oh, but by the way, on that, Kyro, as you're kind of like packing away and you guys are moving on as the morning sun rises, a message appears in your head. Hello, Kyro. It's Joril. Hope you are well. Happy in the Trine Temple. Null pups. Healthy and happy, even though it's cold. Love you. Message ends.
Cool, glad you're fine. Me too. Why do you sound like that?
He's trying to convey a lot of things in a little amount of words.
Okay.
That's why he's talking so choppy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, you can imagine Joril kind of standing there with the fingers counting out the words one by one. Cool. You guys make your way further along the road. Marching order? Yes? No? Is there any particular order?
Brüz will be walking along with Nuru.
Yep, sure. I assumed
Okay.
that Yell and Ella might be side by side, and then the others behind.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, cool. So you
I
guys are
guess I'll be
walking.
frontish.
Oh, okay, sure. Along towards the front. Okay, Arthrin and Eirys.
Arthur should be
towards
in
the
the
back.
front because this is his idea.
I know it's only a minor thing, but I'd be more off-road side if that makes sense.
Yeah, sure,
Further
sure.
from the road.
Cool. You guys are kind of deliberately keeping off the road.
Yeah.
Walking amongst cover is probably a good idea.
Okay. There isn't actually, along the path as it goes, there don't seem to be that many trees. There's kind of churned up earth. I'm going to move you guys across now. There's churned up
I
earth,
hate this land.
but you guys, yeah. It appears actually as you're walking along, a few hours pass, and the earth looks really churned up. Like there's bursts of
That's very
earth
suspicious.
ahead of you, behind you. Actually,
I'd like to investigate the churned earth.
oh, okay. Yeah, you go up, make an investigation check.
Yeah, like it looks like it's been like dug up or something, right?
Yeah, and there's a lot of it. It's like plow.
Is it reminding me of like what churned earth would look like if a digging animal might be walking around, or does it look like churned up earth as in
Can
like
I
people with
inspect for
shovels or
footprints?
something? Basically, I'm just
Yeah,
investigating.
Druid-
trying
Druid's to the
determine
front for this.
what's up.
Yeah, you guys can step forward.
Yeah, you guys help.
Make an
Brüz-
investigation check,
Brüz will-
Kyro.
Alright. Are the druids being helpful?
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
gonna inspect the area and do her druid thing.
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm looking out at our surroundings,
Yeah.
trying to make sure nothing's watching us or approaching.
Make a
Brüz
perception check.
has a look around for the tallest tree in sight of the
Yes.
road where this dirt has been turned up.
Investigation.
Okay, make a perception check.
19.
19. Yeah, you definitely get the sense that it's not like a man-made plow that's made this. It is definitely a tunneling creature. You kind of move down, you run your hands through the earth. You can see that there's evidence of a tunnel that appears to have collapsed in and of itself. The earth around.
Can
is like
can I find any footprints
Does this remind me of anything
or
I might have
like
seen before?
claw indents or anything? Can I
I'm
roll
not-
for that?
I mean, Nuru, you can.
I
Definitely
feel like
make-
that's survival, right?
Yeah, you can definitely make a survival check to check for footprints.
Brüz got an 18 for his perception.
No trees like within
Uh.
miles of your current position. It's all plains, and you can actually look beyond, and you can see the plains begin to take more of a kind of wet, marshy look, particularly to the southeast of where you guys are currently traveling. But that's
So how-
that's miles and miles on.
So we're
22
well
survival.
out of the woods here, and
Yeah,
there's
yeah.
no
So
real
nice.
trees
Beautiful.
around.
I mean, there might be some trees, some kind of wet, like willows and stuff once you get to the marshlands, but they are miles and miles and miles away.
So none just near where we are.
No.
Hmm.
Eirys, thank you for your patience. What was yours?
I didn't realize I was rolling, but I shall roll.
Yeah, roll perception.
Okay, I didn't roll very high, but my perception's not bad, so 13.
13. You these creatures aren't particularly stealthy. You're as Kyro's over by the earth, moving around, you feel rumbling underneath the ground.
What did I
and
get
it's
with my
getting
survival?
louder. What was your survival check? Sorry.
22.
22. You don't see any prints beyond like just scarred kind of serrations in the ground. As you look a little bit more carefully, you do see that there are like indents of large, heavy, clawed legs, kind of divoting here and there. And I'll tell you what, Kyro, as you continue to investigate, there appear to be like evidence of like splintered wood and occasional scraps of material, as if something has been attacked here. It looks, I mean, by your survival check, Nuru, you find this as well. It looks
Like a smashed up cart.
yeah, days or weeks old.
She'd be able to tell if that was man-made or not,
Yeah,
right?
The moment I feel that tremor,
Mhm.
I yell to the others, "They're beneath us," and I just run as far as I can away from the group, like away from the road and the group.
Okay.
I mean, spreading out is a good idea.
I'm
Are
gonna.
there any large
Yeah, they
rocks
can't
nearby?
attack all of us at once.
Okay, I'm gonna do my best
Unless
to.
it's multiple enemies.
Nuru will. Well, I mean, like, she can already like shift as a
Doink.
free action, so I guess. But she'd probably shift at this point.
Okay. Everyone
Into-
is going to get an opportunity to make a
Remember
reaction
you-
from what Eirys is going to say. I'm just going to move you back, Eirys, just so that you can move your maximum movement if you like. You
Yeah,
basically
sure.
have a turn, you've got an action, you've got a bonus action, and you've got a movement. Everybody to do what you would like. Tell me what you would like to do, and move yourself if you would like. I believe I've given you, Nuru, the ability to move
Remember
the
you-
icon.
Okay. Well then.
So, a
Remember
quick
you can't
question: Are
cast
there any
spells.
rocks, large
So make sure you don't
boulders,
have any
things like
spells
that?
you wanna use.
Oh yeah, true.
Brüz, you can spend this moment kind of looking around for them if you like, but that would take your action.
Well, I would have thought
Alright.
during his search for trees.
You were looking out
Did he
around
spot any-
to see trees. You didn't spot any rocks immediately.
I guess
like,
she'll
in your
wait
viewing
to
of the
shift
trees.
until she can see what it is.
Okay. Arthrin is going to
You could cast
heed
a
what
spell,
Eirys is
though.
doing, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, and he's going to prepare an action. He's going to knock an arrow on his bow. Going to turn around to Eirys and go, I don't know what you're talking about, but okay.
I
cool.
use my movement and bonus action to run and dash.
Sure.
And I'm gonna hold an arrow. I'm gonna hold my bow attack for when I see an enemy.
Sure. Okay.
Brüz is going to, with his action,
Mhm.
Use thaumaturgy
Yep.
to create rumbling off on the road,
Okay.
away from where.
Smart.
Okay. Good. Make an
You're trying to
Arcana check.
attract the monster over there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Can't
Okay.
Oh, excuse me.
I'm going to keep an eye
Can
out
you say
for.
nat 20?
Okay. I hear
Ooh,
nat
That's
20,
a real
and I
convincing rumble.
raise you
I-
a failed monster check. Okay, that will do something.
N plus 3. So
All right.
23.
All right. That will have an
Yay.
impact.
All right. I'm going to ready an action for when I see the creature, and as soon as I can see them, if they're in range, I'm going to cast Entangle on them.
Okay, good to know. So this is coalescing here. Sorry, Kyro, did you say you were doing anything?
Yeah, I probably want to get into some. Is there any type of cover?
You can throw yourself amidst the folds of earth that are around you. The rest is plains.
Nah, I'll just prepare to do an attack then.
Just going to stand where you are, unsheath your sword. Shing! One of them, the serrated dark metal of the Dystraxis Enclave that you discovered earlier on.
Put some distance. Where did Brüz do the rumbling at?
You hear rumbling coming from this space of the road.
Okay.
That's exactly where I was trying to put a circle.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
I'm
I'm just gonna be within.
I'll say that your movement can get there. Yeah, if you want to be right there, when okay.
No, I'm just checking out how
Alright.
far away it is.
It's
Let's
approximate.
see.
It is approximate.
Yeah, it's about
Um,
60.
And the Arcana check was very good, so like yeah.
In that case,
So
I'll get out my bow and probably back
Yell, what are you gonna do?
this direction.
I will pull out my DOS loot and cast fly on myself.
Oh
And go up
my
30
god!
feet.
Oh
That's a good
my
idea.
god! Okay. Are you sure you can cast fly
So
with
I-
the DOS loot?
Yes, I
Ground
can.
types can't hit flying types.
You know what? You might make a good distraction, Nuru.
DOS loot has 7
Wow.
charges, and it's 1 charge for each of the 7 spells it has contained within it.
So you've
Possibly.
used your fly for the day,
I've used my fly for the day.
but you got 10 minutes from now. You fly up. Ella, is there anything you want to do? I see that you've made your move.
No, everyone seems to be.
So you're just going to stay there and wait for what happens. And what happens is, he says as he finishes the music, the rumbling that Eirys felt underneath her becomes more audible for all of you. As the rumble grows, it goes underneath where you currently are and heads towards where Brüz is currently prestidigitating, and then bursting out of the ground underneath the road are and 2 large creatures bursting forth from the ground, churning ground in their wake.
She's not going to show up at all.
They made to attack, and they start chomping and biting and jumping. One of them jumps high in the air, 10-15 feet, and then careens back down. The earth almost like water, just like bursting around it. They realize that they haven't got anything. Their tremor sense picks up the guys that are within 60 feet of them. So yeah, everybody roll initiative.
All right.
And I'm gonna entangle.
Do our
Oh yeah,
pop off?
everybody who's been holding an action, you certainly can.
And luckily I could probably get them both since they're so close to each other.
Yeah, exactly. Good.
I was going to say, with a -1 to Dex means a -1 to initiative,
Oh, I
which
crit.
means Brüz got a 19
Okay.
because
you've
he
got-
rolled a 20.
I believe each of us have. Yeah, let me add an icon for Nuru.
Ooh, I did well on my initiative.
Also, question: are these beasts, and can I turn into them if now that I've seen them?
They
I
are
mean,
far.
I'll have to try that out later.
They're far too big and far too powerful for you to assume, but they are beasts. I actually
So when I'm a cool enough druid, I can turn into whatever this is.
They are monstrosities, not beasts. Apologies.
Oh, never
I got
mind.
that.
They're unnatural, so I can't.
Yeah.
I can't turn into something that nature didn't
18,
make.
19, 20.
Yeah.
Do we have any guns to load them in?
Okay, so what? Talk me through entangle. Let me just look at. It
Basically,
Grasping wings and vines span for the duration.
Yeah, you already opened it up, so.
Yeah. Okay. A creature in the area with a task will be restrained until the spell ends. Okay. So they need to make strength saving throws each, which they will do. A 7 and a 16.
So I think that's one of them, right?
Yeah, one of them's going to be restrained by the plants. The other
That's one less guy to worry about.
The one that jumped up over the ground like 10-15 feet in the air lands back down, and the entangled fails to grasp him. However, it does become difficult terrain. Okay, that was the entangle spell. Who had bows drawn? I know Arthrin did.
I did. I rolled a 15 to hit.
Hang on,
I
just
rolled
bear
a
with
20.
me. I think these things are quite far away from you, Eirys. It might be outside your short bow's
No.
range.
It's not outside the range, but I did roll at disadvantage.
Oh, okay.
And
15.
15 was the lowest.
Good, cool. Not going to hit, I'm afraid. Arthrin has a longbow, so it's going to be within his range. 10 plus MacGuffin. Plus 6. Oh, my goodness. It's not going to hit. Neither hit. Both of the arrows fly through the air, and they make contact with the kind of hard, scaled surface of the creatures here, but they just don't impact. Really, really tough. Cool. Kyro, what was your roll?
I got a 20.
20 hits, roll
I
damage.
criticaled.
Oh,
Yeah.
magic, yeah. So,
I got a 27, technically.
Between
Alright.
15 and 20.
So that's 2d6 plus my sneaks, which is
Yep.
6. So 66 plus 4.
brilliant. Show me the damage. Oh, not seen. Yeah! Get a load of that. 23 hit points of damage. as you see the creature fly through the air and then land on its feet, you release the arrow. It makes its mark. It hacks right between the mouth and the kind of neck and the shoulder of the front left leg. Buries in deep, and yeah, that'll hurt it. That'll hurt it.
So which creature was that? The one
on
that's
the right.
closest to me?
The one on the right, the one that isn't entangled. I'm
Got
assuming you're shooting at the one that's closest.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Bullet
I would
one,
do that.
Bullet 2. Oh, they both have the same. So yeah. Nero, what was your initiative roll?
Oh, right. Hold on. It's +2 is 15.
15. All right, I'll pop that on for you. Okay, we are in initiative order. Kyro, what are you gonna do?
Yeah, I'm gonna shoot again.
All right.
And
Yeah. So 23
23 will hit. Go for it.
and okay. Will do, and that auto crits, so that's great. So I'll do the same thing I did before.
Yeah, do the same thing. That would be great.
Alright, 66 plus 4.
Holy crap!
30 points of damage with my bow.
Holy, you've done. Your character has done 53 points of damage in 10 seconds. That's crazy. The creature with 2 kind of barbs in its front suddenly yelps in pain, and yeah, that's bad. That's a huge wound. Holy crap!
And
Anything
I'm
else?
gonna take a move.
All right.
Yeah, I could actually use my bonus action to,
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, take cover. I'll do a hide behind the lump of dirt right here.
Sure thing. You're gonna slide down to be in the prone position to do this, but you can certainly make a stealth check.
Wait, what? Oh, I don't really want to.
You're going to be getting down into the prone position because these folds of earth aren't tall enough to just crouch behind. But you can certainly
Okay.
try to hide.
And that, no, I'm just gonna use my movement and move a little bit farther away from the creatures.
Okay, sure. All right then. That's it then. Brüz.
Okay. At this point, Brüz is going to cast his duplicitous self
Yep.
just behind these creatures.
What's the range of that?
Pretty sure it's 120 feet. Hang on, let me just get to the right page.
Hello, friends. I am Bruce's alternative self.
Oh, hello, Brüz.
Hello, Bruce.
You're looking well, sir.
And you're looking handsome too.
Oh, I know.
And that's his turn.
It appears within 30 feet, so basically 30 feet on, so 30 feet away
10, 15,
from
20,
me.
like here. That's about as far as it will go.
Yep. And then as a bonus action,
Yes.
I can make him move.
Yes.
And so he's going to use his full movement to
5.
dance straight through the middle of the two of them.
Oh god. 5, 10,
But
15,
he's
20.
gonna like skip through,
Yeah.
like kicking his heels and his tail up, so as to make the cloak flick about and be very visually obvious.
This bullet is thrashing against the entanglement, and this one bites at the thing as it goes by. It rolls a natural 1 because it's so wounded. It just kind of lashes out. It pathetically
Hey,
misses,
they use the reactions.
and it's used as reaction. Yeah.
Yeah, and Brüz will use his movement to just move just a little bit over towards this mound of dirt ahead.
All right.
Can I
Alrighty.
select me? Oh, am I selecting me wrong?
Oh yeah, I forgot you can like create cover with your very good earth spell.
I also have this very good earth spell.
Yeah.
Brüz
They don't
is
necessarily-
We can very good earth all
Twice-
over the place. He's just
twice
going
the
to
cover.
move over here
okay.
They're just like, oh,
towards
yeah,
this
We need to
towards
make a
this
dirt
dirt,
castle.
just,
Someday.
All right. Nuru, it's on you.
Alright, so there's a couple of dudes, they're entangled.
You've done
And-
One
well.
of them is.
What kind of action is it to create cover with
Mold Earth is an action.
Mold Earth is a full
I just
action,
do
but
that.
it would create cover.
Okay, but
You don't actually have to do that though. There are
yeah,
other things.
but I think she's more concerned with keeping everyone safe than she is with hurting animals. You know, like.
These are monstrosities.
Ideally,
They're nothing to be trifled with.
Yeah.
Well, there's obviously, but I think it's more important to her to make sure everyone's safe, and if that means beating up some animals, then sure. But if it means making them safe first, then you
Well,
know.
Go for it then.
So I think she'd probably make cover before she attacked,
Okay.
and so she's gonna probably see what Brüz was doing, and start making some like just tall enough for cover little bunkers like you would in like a snowball fight, except it's made of dirt.
Okay. So, I believe, what is the description of... Mold Earth is a
You can move up
cantrip,
to
right?
5 feet.
5 foot.
Yeah.
5
5 foot
feet.
cube. You
Okay.
can
So I
move.
can make a 5 foot, I guess less of a cube. Can I stretch out that cube?
Yeah, I can.
just
Well,
a
it's
bit?
let's
Yeah.
say it's 25 cubic feet, but you can make it taller if you make other dimensions shorter. I'm happy with that.
So
Yeah.
make
You're
it
gonna-
thinner.
So you're
So
gonna
I'm
make
gonna
it
make
thinner
it like a thinner,
Like a 3 foot
thinner
thick,
and longer.
3 foot thick, 10
and
foot
taller
long
as
kind of
well.
thing.
Yeah.
Taller, taller or longer?
2.5, I guess.
Like higher,
Like longer.
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 So it's
Longer.
gonna end up being like this, for one use of your Mold Earth spell, like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
a
like
bunker.
that, more or less.
So
That's
you just raise your hands. You feel your connection with the earth through the earth elemental
dirt
spirits of your training, and
and the earth bends up a little wall.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally. Okay. That's your action.
And
Any movement?
Also
and she
good
also
damage.
like makes it really obvious to everyone else. Like, look, I made cover.
Alright.
Okay, I mean, look, I made cover.
Yells floating about 10 feet away from you, 30 feet in the air.
Alright.
Okay. Ella,
Hello.
greetings. What shall she do today? What shall she do today?
Seeing the size of them
Yeah.
and size of me, she is gonna stay as far as away as she can.
That's acceptable.
So.
Yep.
I'm pretty sure it is in range. Let me just double.
70 feet.
Yes, that is in
slash,
range.
yeah, they're
Yes,
both
yes,
they're
yes.
both within 70
Okay.
feet of you. Cool.
Fabulous. Fabulous. Well, I am going to do a guiding bolt up the butt.
Are you going to shoot at the one that has its butt to you right now? Because
They
that one's
both.
that one's restrained. So do you get advantage? Guys, help me out here. Do restrained targets have advantage on melee attacks on them?
If it's restrained,
It says in the
yeah.
restrained section.
I think so.
Sounds
Whereas
right.
restrained the one that's not actually in the player's handbook.
Well, there's grappled and then there's restrained. So I think if it's restrained, that's like a better grappled. So
The
I
restrained
think you are-
creature's speed becomes 0. It can't benefit from any bonus speed. Attack rolls against the creature have advantage, and the creature's attack rolls have
Yeah.
disadvantage.
Okay.
Right.
It automatically. Oh, it has disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Okay. Good things to
Well,
know.
auto fail.
Good things to know while you're on
Dexterity?
that.
Restrained
Yeah.
sucks.
Good things to know.
It's like a death
All right.
sentence.
So as you roll your guiding bolt up the butt on the one that currently is covered in vines, Ella, you can roll with advantage. Go for it.
Oh, okay. That's good. I have an advantage because that was terrible. Much better. Okay, 20.
20 is a hit. Please roll the damage for guiding bolt up the butt.
Fabulous. 4d6. So I'm just doing it
4d6.
at level 1.
Yep, that's fine.
Well, we concentrate on the one that's not restrained after that.
14 points of damage.
14 points of radiant damage. And
Yay.
it takes a hit, and it's angry because it's covered with vines and it can't move. Nice, good action. You gonna stay where you are?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Great
a
turn.
good idea.
Well done. Yell. You are flying.
I am flying. I am about 30 feet up in the air. Are we doing Pythagorean theorem for ranges of spells?
I mean, we certainly can. 30 by, what's the... this maths teacher right here. 40 feet, 30 feet. Oh my god, it's 50 feet away!
Foot.
It's a Pythagorean triple! Holy fuck! Sorry, yeah, it is 50 feet away.
It's 50 feet away.
Yes.
Nerd!
In which case, it is in range.
Oh no. What are you gonna do, man?
Hooray.
What are you gonna do to these poor innocent creatures?
Kill them.
At third level,
Yeah,
I'm going to
Gotta
watch
fuck
them
this
pop
shit
up, pop up out of the ground,
Yeah.
and just be like, "Holy shit! Looks like you guys could use some thunder," and cast Shatter at third level.
Holy crap.
Ooh.
One of them has it's con, isn't it? It's constitution.
It's
Ah,
con
they'd be
save.
sensitive
Oh,
to that
buddy.
too,
Should
what
have a
with
dex
their
save.
tremor sense and all.
Oh yeah, tremor sense, right? Wouldn't that throw it off like a lot?
Probably.
They have a +5 to their con saves, but only got a 10 and a 15.
The 15 saves, the 10 doesn't.
I'll say the
so
one
half
that's-
damage on the save.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, I'll say the one that's currently restrained by all the vines won't be able to get out of the way of it.
ooh, that was a 7 and a 6
Ooh.
and a 3 and a 3. So
Okay, that's 19.
19
20, 33.
points of thunder damage.
19 halved is going to be 9, so that's 62. Yeah. Oh wait, no, that he took the full one. What am I talking about? Excuse me. Yes. Oh fuck, no, he didn't. God, guys, I'm seriously, I'm so tired right now. Cool. That was a great action. You're currently floating in the air.
Okay.
You've got 60 feet of movement to play with a fly spell, so you want to make use of
I've
that?
got 60 feet of movement. Yeah,
Of
I'm
flight
gonna.
speed, that is. Yeah.
Yes, I'm gonna move 45 feet
Mhm.
above and be 30 feet above them.
Okay, sure. You kind of fly across and you're buzzing around. You're about 30 feet above them, and the one that just gets hit by your thunder, your shatter, it echoes around. That makes a lot of noise. You know what?
Oh, before I move,
Makes a lot of noise. Yeah.
because I would have been in range before I moved, I wanted to bardically inspire Ella,
Ah.
Yeah.
so she gets a 1d8 inspiration die.
Oh my goodness.
1d.
1d8 now.
1d8.
Yeah, it's more
1d8.
than, more than a d6. You guys are getting quite good. It's almost as if by leveling up, your characters become more powerful. Cool. So you buzz around. The one that just got hit in the vines can't move, but the one on the ground kind of like goes on its hind legs and it looks up at you. Eirys.
I'm going to use Eye for Detail, which I want to try and perceive if I can sense any more below the ground.
Oh, sure. Make a perception check.
Okay.
Eye for detail. You're gonna have to talk to me about that.
There's 3,000 of them right below us.
It's part of my rogue subclass thing.
Hmm.
You can use a bonus action to make a perception check to spot a hidden creature or object to make an
Okay.
investigation check to uncover or decipher clues.
Brilliant. What's the perception check?
It is 13 plus 9, 22.
22. You detect that there is additional rumbling. You get the sense that as Yell cast a thunder wave on the ground around where those creatures are, there are other creatures in the local area that are currently thundering their way towards you. There is immediately one that is nearby, like really close. In fact, it's rumbling under your feet right now.
Okay.
There are others that are coming.
Shit, okay. I will...
More are coming.
I'm gonna kill you. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'm fine.
I will run to here. I may lose where that is, but...
There,
Oh, there, thank you.
magic.
And was it this one that had... that was restrained?
Nah, this one.
No, it's
I
the
put a
other
little
one.
net
This one.
icon on its MacGuffin.
And shooting it with a bow and arrow would have advantage.
Yeah, it is restrained. It's not able to move. It is 95
so
feet.
It's a straight roll for me then, because it'd normally be at disadvantage at this range.
Magic. Go for it.
Okay. Oh no, I don't think I do it.
Okay.
Crap, no, I got 13, so no.
Yeah, it's just you managed to make the distance, but again, it's lost so much of its momentum as it flies through the air that it just bounces off the hard chitinous skin of the creature.
Right.
That's a bonus action. That's a
That's
movement.
me.
That's an action. Arthrin, what are you gonna do, you crazy son of a bitch? He's gonna see.
Well, I'm gonna.
He's gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Gonna get closer. He is going to. They're big buggers. He's going to cast Hunter's Mark on the one that is restrained, and he is going to fire another arrow at the restrained creature. Oh, 18. You know what? That's going to do it. It's already wounded, so he gets another d8 on top of the d8 of his longbow. Just bear with me as I furiously try to find where my d8s are. This is why we get our dice out in advance, kids. And he had
I can roll
advantage
them
on the
for you if you
roll.
like.
So it's a d6 for the Hunter's Mark, and it's an extra d6 because he had advantage on the roll because he's got a rogue subclass. 2d8 plus 2d6. What the hell is this guy? Rolling. 10, 16.
Use the Terminator.
He's basically freaking the guy, not the Terminator, the guy who came back in time. Kyle Reese? Kyle Reese? Am I right? I have
He's
no
Kyle
idea.
Reese.
Yeah.
19 hit points of damage as he fires an arrow at that thing. Guys, I don't know. I accidentally
I
made
love
this guy amazing.
Yeah, does it feel like just role play and chance? You've somehow made an epic build of a character.
Yeah, like seriously, guys. Ranger plus rogue, you get lots of damage if you Hunter's Mark. Anyway, sorry. Cool. So that's his action. That's his bonus action of Hunter's Mark. And yeah,
Turn.
it is the creature's turn. The one that's on the ground. Let me look at the characters. Let me look at the sheet for this. Okay.
Everything you've ever dreamed of.
It's going to look up at you, Yell. It's going to make an intelligence momentarily. You watch Yell as the creature that's below you, that isn't restrained, just jumps up to try and grab you, and he gets about halfway up to you, and it snaps, and it doesn't get you. It's nowhere near, but it's a mighty kind of attack, and you think it's, it's dangerous, but it manages to land back down. And as it lands back down, it's confusedly like its view shifts over to this guy, moves across.
Stay away from the teeth.
Hello. How are you?
That's my line, man. I'm the duplicate.
Hello.
I beg your pardon?
How are you? Would you like a cup of tea?
Sounds so good.
Okay, what is the spell save DC, Nuru, for your spells, please?
It was for Entangle. It's
14.
It's 14.
14. You know what? The bullet there
It's
has
a
rolled
strength save.
terribly and doesn't get free. It's still trapped. You guys
Excellent.
are doing well, but as this happens, you guys feel
Okay.
underneath your feet rumbling of at least one other creature, and then Eirys, you detect another coming under you. They're burrowing through the ground. You actually, Arthrin kind of like falters as the ground shifts underneath where he's standing, and yeah, immediately towards where they came out before, and the epicenter of Yell's spell. More are coming. They haven't burst out from the ground yet, but they're coming. Kyro.
Okay. Do I feel I guess I wouldn't really be able to tell. It's just shaky ground, so I'm just gonna fire at the one that's tangled up.
Okay. Is it a short bow that you got?
Yeah. Do I need to move forward some?
I would recommend it. You got to be within 80 feet. Is that correct, Eirys?
Okay. Just move 2 forward
So
then.
it's 10 feet.
Think
There you go.
that's
He'll be within range
Unless
there.
you
Yeah.
have disadvantage.
That's fine.
I think you'll
Alright.
take the advantage, won't you? You're always
Of
good to take
course.
the advantage when you can, especially if you're a rogue. 25 is good. Roll it again. I love
25 it is.
I love the dice animation on this. It's amazing. Yeah, 25 will do. Don't forget your freaking
Alright.
sneak attack, my friend.
You got it. 2d6.
On top of the d6.
For a total of 3.
I love that so
Whoa.
much. 12 hit points. Yeah. You'll reckon these guys up, man. You're they're both wounded pretty badly, but yeah, they might still have some kick in them, depending on how much damage they take. That was your action.
move.
Anything else?
No, I'm gonna probably move a little closer. I'll move here.
Okay. Brüz, it's on you.
Okay. Brüz's duplicitous self will
Yes.
reach out and cast Toll the Dead on the one that is entangled.
Oh,
Basically, he points over towards the other one, smiling, and the dolorous sound of a cowbell being struck once rings out.
Okay. Wisdom save for Bullet Boy.
You mean like a clunk?
Nat 19.
Dong.
Nat 19.
He saves.
Oh, no damage for this guy. He's so busy trying to get out of the entanglement that the ringing of the bell doesn't really affect him.
So Brüz's duplicitous self will then skip down to.
You can move it if you want.
Yeah, I was just gonna say I can do that.
Yeah.
Just skips down over here to directly to just out of reach of the other one. Just kind of skips
Okay.
away.
Yep.
Tail flicking, hooves high.
I'll tell you what. It's taken its turn, so it's going to go for an opportunity attack. And
Bring it on.
it rolls a 21, obviously hitting, but getting complete thin air. This creature is wounded, and it is angry, and it's confused.
Stressed.
Damn straight.
All right.
Not the first thing I would have expected Brüz to say. Not the first turn of phrase.
Oh,
Okay.
he didn't say that out loud.
Imagine if he did, though.
That would be fucking bullshit.
Is it
Um,
Brüz turn?
Cool. Is that your turn, Brüz?
Yes. Yes, he won't move anywhere himself. He'll he'll kind of scooch in next to Nuru behind
Yeah, behind the little wall.
the little wall,
That's a good idea.
and just quietly move over there and hello, Nuru. I think this is going to be fun.
Yeah, I think so, I guess. She says, still a little bit sad about having to hurt a bunch of animals, but she's like,
I'm not.
well, you guys made me do this, she says at the guys, and she's gonna turn into a moose and just charge the nearest one
Mooses are
with
large?
her charge attack.
Am I correct?
Basically, it's a giant elk.
Okay, let me look for the
Just
stat block.
I've decided to retexture it as a moose.
It's the giant elk stat block.
Okay, understood. I just want to see whether or not it's large.
Is it large? I mean, it's giant elk, I would assume.
Oh goodness,
Um,
it's huge.
Oh, it's huge.
Yeah, that's why I went with that, because just a regular-sized moose is
Man,
basically
you sure did
huge.
cause a ruckus. In that marketplace, huh?
You just become this huge, humongous moose creature, and wow, this is not how I expected things would go. You've got 60 feet of movement. Crack on.
And one of its attacks is if I charge at it, then I can do some extra damage, basically.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Charge
so
away.
So she's gonna charge
Are you gonna
it.
charge at the
She's gonna
entangled
ram
one or
it.
the
That's
other
what
one?
it's called.
5, 10,
Okay.
15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. It's you easily. Yell, you see this? The creature's so tall it kind of comes up halfway between the ground and yourself, and it just rams with its horns into the entangled creature. Roll with advantage for the attack. It's an extra 2d6 damage if you hit.
Okay, so hold on.
It's a +6 on your
Eirys
rolls.
is mumbling under her breath about
+6. And
like
that is
magic.
that is 24.
That will hit. It's 4d6 plus 4
Wanna roll to see if
bludgeoning
you crit?
damage.
Okay. 1, 2,
I'm gonna roll to see if you
46. Okay.
You don't.
I dropped one on the ground.
Dude, she's another one.
Too many dice.
You know your campaign's getting onto the
Yeah,
right
on the
track.
ground.
So that's I rolled 2 1s, but
Oh, okay.
I also got a 6. So
Okay.
hold on, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12.
12 hit points of damage plus. Is that just what you rolled?
Yeah,
That's,
plus
that's what I rolled. So
plus the damage that's intrinsic
plus
to it.
bludgeoning damage, which is plus 4. So
16. Yeah.
16.
Good job.
You ram it down, and as you do, the creature... Oh my goodness, they're rolling so badly on their strength saves. The creature takes the horns unexpectedly from the rear, and you kind of swing your head around, slamming it onto the ground.
Also, she's shouting "vibe check" the whole time before she hits.
Oh my god.
You can't do that as an elk, but you can definitely shout it in.
Well, it's
Yeah.
in elk. It's
Yeah.
okay.
You make a
Moose.
horrible.
What you
elk
hear is-
roar.
What you hear is like.
Great.
Brüz just cracks up laughing
Wow.
Excellent.
because he understands elk
Wow.
and moose, funnily enough.
Yeah,
I don't see why not.
cool.
Yeah, elk and moose are just different dialects of the same
Yeah.
giant megafauna language.
Oh my goodness. So Ella, you see that? You see that happen? What are you gonna do?
I think I can use your form as cover to approach.
First of all, she's gonna laugh. I'm gonna have to get closer because I can't really do anything far away.
This is
So
a nice
I
lump
will
of dirt you
move.
can get behind.
It's taller than you are.
I will move.
For sure.
Hang on, let me just move. Let me just move my little self.
When I make like her icons, should I also make ones for like commonly used animals?
Sure.
That's
why not?
amazing. That would be so cool. That would be useful for Brüz
Yeah,
as
do
well.
it.
Yeah.
Make a giant elk.
Okay.
A question worth asking is because that creature's on the ground. Yeah, that creature's prone, and there's a giant moose standing over it. There's you'll have disadvantage on the roll, and there's a chance that you'll hit Nuru with any ranged attacks.
It's okay, I can take it.
I'm going to give you line of sight on the other one though.
Yeah, I can hit with the other one.
Yeah.
Good
That's 60, so I can actually get to that.
Yep.
Which
It's taking like 50 something damage.
so
They're both quite.
that
hurt.
one's looking a bit roughed up, isn't it?
They both
That
are.
was looking-
Particularly
Yeah, they
the one
both are
that's
at
just
this
been
point.
rammed by a giant moose.
Okay, in that case, we are going to do catapult.
What are you going to use?
Take it, there's some rocks.
Yeah.
I'll say that there's stones and detritus around, but as you can congeal the energy, you notice that like the earth that's been molded to make part of that wall, like that's detachable. You summon the arcane energy, you open your spell book, you focus, and just a chunk of the earth from that compacted wall breaks off and flies towards the creature. It needs to make what save?
Dex save.
Oh wow, okay. We should think about this. We can think tactically about this, because it can fly within the spell's range in a certain direction, right? I'm going to look up the description. Actually, no. Which way do you want it to go? Do you want it to go just straight from you towards the creature? Like it'll break off there and then fly straight towards it?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
kind of what I've seen.
Yep. Dexterity save 2. It's failed. Roll the damage.
Okay. You know what? I was gonna do it at level 2. Why not?
I'll let that happen. Yeah. Okay.
Is that alright? Sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
I should have said that. Together. Okay. I need.
I'm into the music, guys.
It's nice.
D8. 5,
and damage increases. So 4d8. Is that right? I think
Yes.
that's right. Okay.
1d8, 3 plus 4. Yeah, 4d8. Go for it.
Oh, sweet.
Oh,
Bear with.
yep.
21 points.
Whoo-wee! The piece of the wall flies off through the air. About 15 pounds of the material just slams into the creature. It doesn't see because it's too busy biting after the illusory Brüz. Takes the damage. Wow, it's on its last legs. It's suddenly limping. It limps on its back left as the chunk of rock slams into it. Still serviceable as a wall behind that Brüz is behind, but there's just been a chunk taken out of it. Cool. That's your movement. That's your action. Any bonus?
Bonus. What can I do as bonus? I forgot.
Nobody needs healing at the moment, so
Yeah.
No,
don't need
everyone's
to do that
fine. So
You're doing well.
cool.
Should we move on to
You
the
can
owl?
always dash if you want to move more.
No
Wait,
rogue.
Nope, that's an action. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Yell. It's your turn. You see as the bullet that's currently free of the entanglement is biting after the illusory Brüz, using its reaction in the process. What do you want to do?
That is a good question. I have one of two things I would like to do, and I'm not sure which one I want to do right now. Is the one that's free from the grapple looking far more beat up than the one that's in the grapple?
Honestly, they're both looking pretty horrendous. One's lying on the ground, having been scored in its side and wrestled to the ground by a giant moose that's, like, just underneath you, and the other one just looks like it's been smashed by a giant chunk of earth, wounding its back hind leg.
All right.
Yeah.
In which case, yeah, cool. I will use the old favourite and cast Shatter again in between the two of them.
Ooh,
at this
okay.
point. So they both need to make a con save.
Okay, and you're directing it such that it doesn't get the elk.
Correct.
18 and 13.
18 succeeds.
Okay.
The 13 fails.
We'll say the one that's kind of entangled up is the one that's going to be failing.
This is just a normal shatter, so it's second level, so 3d8.
Right.
Or that is math.
Pythagorean theorem.
That plus that is 12, plus that is 17 points of thunder damage.
17, 89. Oh, to the hit points. The one that's kind of lying on the ground just takes the impact and it dies. Just stops. It's lying down. It takes a hit and it just falls limp. Its head hitting the ground. And 17, half of 17 is 8. Oh wow, yeah. The other one manages to reduce much of the impact, but it's heaving. It's barely breathing. It's so wounded. That's your action. Any movement, any bonus action.
I will move to be 30 feet above this one.
Yeah. It looks up. It's forlorn. It's wounded. It's dying. It's sad.
Aw.
I wanted to eat.
Bonus action in spite, no.
5 minutes ago,
Yeah, 5
it was
minutes
just
ago
gonna
it tried
have
to eat
a nice dinner, and now it's dying. Aw.
Oh, it
It's
wants to
nature.
destroy you.
Why couldn't you have just let him eat you? So rude.
Oh my god.
Because I am no foolish salesman or traveller. Foolish traveller, that's it. I'm no foolish traveller.
Yeah, they were way more polite.
You're not a full salesman either.
Fair point. Well, debatable.
My bullets are too strong for you, traveller. Is that your turn?
Yeah, that'll be me. I'm not going to bonus action it up this time.
Eirys.
Did somebody say the traveller is here?
All right.
The
You're
traveller
the
is always
traveller.
I'm
far as
going
I'm
to
concerned.
travel over here, and
yeah, go, please. Oh my god, this is so much fun. Oh, sorry.
I'm
Right.
going to travel here and try and hide behind one of the mounds of earth.
Stealth check.
Lie low if I have to.
Yeah, on the ground. You're going to have to lie down.
Okay, that's quite good. Stealth. 22.
22. You believe yourself to be hidden between two particularly large furrows. It is the earth is kind of carved around as if by plough, but the plough being 3 times the size of any
These
man-made
guys.
plough that you'd ever seen. So you're able to kind of sweep into a divot and lie down. You believe yourself to be out of sight. Anything else?
And I'm going to take a shot at this creature.
Okay, it's just... Oh my goodness, it's just within range. Oh my goodness. It stood up. Its comrade is lying down. I'm going to give this to you. Go for it. Take advantage.
Thank you. Yes. Right. I'm going to pick these two. I'm going to use luck.
Go for it.
Oh my god, that was a 1 and a
So
5.
low.
And then I re-rolled 1 with luck and it became a natural 20.
Beautiful. You take that. You do the damage. It's
Oh,
decent.
He's probably
my God,
going to be
okay.
killed by
Don't
this
forget
one.
your sneak attack.
2 extra
Oh,
It
d6
has
on top.
advantage on the roll.
Does the sneak attack get doubled?
It does.
Yeah.
Any dice
Ooh,
roll gets
dice.
doubled.
Oh,
So
My
your 4d6
Rogues
or
plus
whatever will be
critical
doubled.
are the best.
Rogues, man.
oh, that's a lot of ones though. Okay.
Ah, the old nat
Yeah,
20
it's
rule.
2 1s, a 5 and a 6. We're a roller coaster today.
well.
7.
Like you got advantage.
13
13,
double, so
26.
26.
26.
Plus your modifier.
Yeah, okay.
Oh, what's my modifier? I forgot.
That's 4 or something.
Plus
Your dex will be +4, won't it? Or +5.
4, yes.
Or 5.
So it's
So
30.
30 points of damage.
A solid 30.
Woo!
It would have killed 4 goblins, and it kills this 1 bullet. And yeah, it takes the arrow flies through the air, lodges in its eye, up to the kind of fletching of the arrow as the shaft buries itself in the head. As you're floating above Yell, you see it collapse
I
down
can best prepare himself.
and die.
I'd like to just yell out, "There are more of them!"
Arthrin.
Yeah.
Kill a bullet with an arrow.
Arthrin's okay. He kind of hears you yell, goes, "All right," knocks an arrow and holds an action.
Oh, he trusts me.
You sound so surprised.
Yeah,
On-
like he would trust me. It's
On
nice.
the bullet's turn, twice more into the space come 2 additional bullets. Just bear with me as I reset the marker of this bad boy.
Die them.
Oh, good, they're already dead.
Might as well be.
Oh, look, it's coming to life.
Yeah. He rolled a nat 1 and like killed himself coming out the ground.
Right up into a boulder.
Oh no, there's a giant.
Ow, I hit my head.
Ends up in costume.
In fact, as they do, Nuru, can you make a dexterity save? Because they're,
Yeah.
they're,
Oh,
they're,
yeah.
They're gonna
bursting
try to
out-
eat you.
they're bursting out of the ground underneath where you're currently standing, so you need to make a dex save to see if you
Right,
can stay on your
okay,
feet.
well I've got the dexterity of a big huge creature. Let's see. What is it? Sticks. Oh well it's
Plus 3.
It's
That'll do.
fine.
That's better than nothing.
So exactly 10.
Oh, okay, that's not going to
Yeah, I
do it.
figure.
You're
as-
gonna get bit.
As the ground kind of like
Ow.
explodes underneath you, you end up prone. Blip.
My butt.
You just collapse down as the earth gives way and you can't find your footing. And my goodness, as these things burst out, the first thing they see is a giant elk, and they are gonna go to town, man.
I figure.
They are.
That's what happens when you see a giant elk.
You're gonna go to town, man.
Well, a moose in this case.
Oh god, I really hope I don't kill your character. One
I
of
mean,
them.
It's
So-
okay. I'll like.
He
I've
has
got
the
like.
fat of a giant
I've
elk.
got
First-
like a lot of health.
First is
Yeah,
first is
That'll be temp health first.
Yeah, that's true. Actually, we're going to damage the elk first, aren't we? It's a 23 for the first bite, and a 24 for the second.
Make sure you keep track of that, man.
23 plus 24.
Wait, that's
and
just a hit. It's just a hit.
Oh,
Oh.
a hit?
Yeah, yeah.
Does it? Yes.
Oh, well, yeah,
For
obviously.
sure.
My natural armor is 14, so...
Okay. Well, here comes the first 4d12 plus 4 piercing damage.
Okay.
Oh, wow! 4d12, guys. 1, 2, 2, 2. 7, 11 points of piercing damage from the first bite.
Oh, whoop! What? That... Okay.
16,
So,
20.
so I'm down to 31.
You take an additional 25.
And then 31 minus 25 is...
6.
Okay, well,
you feel,
I look
yeah.
I look sort of bad, but it's okay.
You do get to have the max HP of the animal you are, so...
I do?
So-
The
Yeah.
max HP,
So
so that's just the
that's-
average?
No, the max. The one that's listed is the average. So
Okay, so the max, it's...
use a calculator.
Hang on
Hold
a minute.
on. The max HP you're supposed to...
Yes, I think that's
would
right.
be 5 12s plus 11?
No,
Wait,
What's
plus
the
your
wild shape?
your wild shape
Wild
is
shape's the listed average.
the listed average, yeah. So that was 42
Yeah.
minus.
Oh, okay, never mind.
You're down to 6 hit points for your giant elk form.
Okay.
But you guys see as the earth just kind of explodes around Nuru's kind of giant moose form, and she loses her footing, falls down, and then they both jump on her. And actually, given how large she is, they look like kind of like almost like huge, like large dogs in relation to her size, but they're still huge. It's like a Clash of Titans sort of deal going on. That's their turn. Kyro.
Yeah, hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go over here, take a hide action, and then I'm gonna fire at one of them.
Take the hide action.
I
Let's
mean, like as my bonus action. I
see. Yeah,
mean.
absolutely.
So roll stealth.
Go for it.
Okay. Where's my stealth? There it is. 25.
You believe yourself to be
And then
hidden.
I'm going to pop out and shoot at this one right over there. Oops, I moved myself. My bad.
Yep, go for it.
Okay.
Oh,
19.
You had advantage because you are hidden.
Yeah. Another 19.
So yeah,
Alright, well, that's fine.
don't
close
forget the
enough.
sneak attack damage.
Yep. 6 plus 4. Eh, 14.
Its damage. It begins. Brüz, you see all of this happening before. Actually, no, sorry, Kyro. You've done your bonus action to hide, your action, and your movement. That's pretty much your turn, isn't it? Brüz,
Yeah,
it's over
it's
to
my
you.
turn.
Brüz, you see all this happen. It looks kind of for something quite hilarious for a giant moose running in. Suddenly, there are two more dragging it down and biting into it. The
It's a lot
moose
less
begins.
hilarious and a lot more nature channel.
Yeah. What are you going to do?
okay. I'm just trying to think as much as.
Just finished Nuru's token, by the way.
Ah,
Like, the regular one.
okay. Wow, that's awesome.
Okay. On.
I'm glad we chose to stream today.
Yay.
What are you going to do, Brüz?
Okay, so I'm going to try something new here.
Mhm.
In this spot just here, where I put that rectangle,
Yes, can see.
I
Brüz is
should have
going
put her
to,
claws out. Hold on. I'm not done. I need to put claws on her.
Let Brüz take the turn.
Okay.
So Brüz is going to call on a spirit totem.
Understood. Okay. Yep.
So basically, just on that point,
Mhm.
and this is going to sort of the duplicitous Brüz's hand will lift up,
Yeah.
and then a spectral. What does it say here? A spirit form of a spirit nature comes forth, and it the form turns into a bear.
Yep.
And then basically myself, Yell, Nuru, and Kyro will all get 7 temporary HP.
Rad.
Nice.
And whilst, and I just need to get this thing to work, so my little aura thing up.
What's the range of the totem?
It's 36. No, hold on. Sorry, a second ago. A 30-foot radius.
I'm going to say Yell is in the air, so it would not quite be in that radius.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
If I move it,
well.
if I move it a bit closer to him.
He's 30 feet in the air, Pythagoras, man.
Oh, okay. Damn you, Pythagoras!
The angles.
You done wrecked it for me. Well, that means just the three of us.
That's okay.
It's better than no one.
3 of us.
We can make it if we die. Cool. That's 7 extra hit points each. Did you say?
Yes.
Any other effects?
And in addition, your allies gain advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws whilst within the aura.
Whoa.
Very neat.
Whoa. That's a big deal for Nuru. Is that your action or?
Yeah, that's my. Let's make sure that's an action. No, it's a bonus action.
Holy crap! What are you going to do with your
That's
action?
cool.
Rad.
So with the action, Brüz is going to. Actually, how big are these dudes?
They're large.
Are they considered
Large.
large?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if my Thorn Whip will be effective on a large creature. Let me just double check.
At least
that.
hurt it.
It will do the damage, I think. Just bear with me.
Creature is large or smaller. Yep, cool.
Oh, okay.
So Brüz's duplicitous self is going to cast Thorn Whip on the one closest to him.
That's a good idea.
And
Okay.
for that,
Yeah, go for it.
so spell attack. Here we go.
Yeah.
It's an 18 to hit.
18. That hits. Just about. Yeah.
Okay. Then 2d6. It's 2 5s, so 10 damage, and
Okay.
then he is pulled
Yep.
15
Don't-
feet towards the duplicitous Brüz.
Okay, so you say 15? Do you mean 10?
Sorry, 10 feet. 10
Yeah.
feet, yes, 10.
10 damage, 10 feet. Gets dragged away. Nuru, you feel one of the claws that are digging into your side just gets dragged away. Earth churns up as it tries to resist, but it isn't. It's unable to. Cool. Yeah, nice work. Cool. Nuru, it's over to you.
Okay, and I also just finished the slightly revised version where I gave her claws and whiskers. So
Okay. Hang on. Just moving that. There you
hold
go.
on, and I will
Thank you. I
now
was just going to move that.
send you the revised version.
It's not big enough now that I look
And
at it.
it's where is it?
Nuru, this is no time for drawing your OC. You're being mauled by a bullet.
I know. I'm sorry. I just.
Try to kill it.
I know. Well, I'm obviously gonna try to get back up and
do so?
attack it.
Yep. You are able to do so.
Shake it off you.
Make it a.
Like attack it with my amazing hooves.
Go for it. Go for the hoof attack. It's just a straight roll.
Okay.
Add 6 to that.
And that's 20.
Whew! 4d8
good
plus
job.
4. Go for it.
Excellent.
Sweep up between the folded earth.
Wait, D8. Hold on.
Yeah, D8,
4d8. Yeah. You
Do you want me
sweep
to
up.
electronic roll
You
for
go
you?
on. You rear up onto your rear
Yeah,
two
go
legs
ahead.
Actually, you
and
can do it yourself.
into the creature's face.
Hold on. I need to enter that into the.
Yeah.
Okay.
/R.
/R.
4d8 plus.
4d8.
Okay, I see what you're
plus-
doing. I see what you're doing.
How many?
I don't know. Was it
Still
4?
getting used to this circle
4?
drawing
I
thing.
mean, look. Take a check.
It's +4. Yeah.
Okay, good.
And
Enter.
go.
19 damage.
19. All right.
Yes.
24, 30. Who knew that
Your
freaking
death
knowing how to
throws.
count would help? Cool. So yeah, that's you kind of rear up on your legs, sweeping yourself up off the ground, rear up and with your the hooves of your 2 front legs, just kick it twice hard in the face, and it buckles back. It's surprised that its kind of vicious bite attacks on you apparently haven't killed you yet. It's not used to such resistance, and it's not used to having its kind of family dead around it either. That's your attack. That's your movement. Anything else? Don't think there's anything else you can do, is there?
No, that's it.
Ella,
I mean, you could move.
Well, I used my movement getting up.
Oh, okay.
thanks for your patience, Ella. What are you going to do?
Good question. How's our new companion looking?
She
The
looks
elk
deathy.
form looks like it's taken some beating. Yeah.
I have 13 points of health if I include the temporary HP.
Yep, you can.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I am. Yeah. Yes. Fine. Okay. I am going to healing word at level 1 for our new companion.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a D4 plus all of your life cleric things, which I believe is an extra 2, 3, and then your wisdom modifier. I mean, D&D Beyond will tell you everything you need to know about what you add to it. Guys, D&D Beyond is such a useful and free tool that you can use to enhance your role.
They're not paying us. Don't shill them.
They don't
Sounds
need. They don't need my
It's
money,
free up to a certain point in
Yeah.
which you have to then buy everything.
and it's worth every
Like,
penny.
I bought the books. I
Yeah.
bought the books and the DM
I mean, you can
subscription so we can
manually
have all
enter
that
pretty
shared.
much
Yeah, yeah.
anything, though.
Yeah.
Guys, D&D Beyond. Subscribe today. Do it. You know you want to. And while you're at it, watch Critical Role. What's the healing, Ella?
Well, that was crap. 7. Sorry.
7 hit points of healing, up to 20, including your temporaries. That's something. That's your bonus action, though. You've still got your action.
Can I do a cantrip?
I'm going to allow this. I don't know what the rules are, but a cantrip plus a level 1 spell is something I'm good with.
If it's a
Cantrips
bonus
are always
action,
allowed.
action,
Yeah,
as long as it's only one spell slot used.
Yeah.
because cantrips don't use a spell slot. You can just use a cantrip if you cast a spell on the other one.
Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
go for it.
Can I do Toll the Dead?
Toll the dead.
Oh, the dead.
On the one that's
The one that,
next to Nuru, you saying?
yeah.
What's the DC on that?
Wisdom
What was the
13.
13? Rolled a 16, I'm afraid.
Ah!
That's okay. Can't win them all. Good choices. Well done.
That's right, that would have beaten mine anyway.
Good. So that's you.
These things are so wise.
Alright.
What you look up, and the one that's attacking Nuru actually has a monocle on. No, I'm kidding. Yell. Unless you want
Wait,
to.
get the monocle!
Unless you want to move anywhere, Ella. Yell. It's on you.
I'm good, I'll stay.
What are you doing, Yell?
I want to move, so I'm 30 feet above this one. Oh, am I behind? I'm behind that token.
I'm
Okay.
going. Okay, I'm going to do that. There you go.
Yep,
Great.
30 feet above.
Yep.
Just double check my range. Yep, that's good. I look at it, and I just mumble, "Run," as I cast Dissonant Whispers at first level.
Oh my goodness.
Yay.
Needs to make a Wisdom save.
That time it was only a 6.
That fails, so it takes 3d6 damage and has to use its reaction to move its full movement away from me.
All right.
4, 4, 3, so that is 11 points of psychic damage. And it has to run its full movement away from me,
Let me
so
just.
you get opportunity attacks.
Does it
Yeah,
have to, like,
totally.
understand language, or is it just
Nope,
like
it just can't be death. Because it's the official description is a discordant melody.
I am speed.
So the melody is the bit makes them run.
10, 15, 20,
It's a spooky
25,
sound.
30. Oh. Do you know what? I'll let 35, 40. I'm going to say that happens. It stays on the ground. As it moves to the ground, you guys notice, particularly you, Nero, and Yell, that it's almost like wading through the earth as if it was liquid, and there's a churned space like in its wake.
Land shark.
We do also, I believe, get reactions from it leaving the space. I don't, because I'm 30 feet up in the air, but...
Nuru
Hey,
certainly can. I'm
do
going to
you
let
want to
Nuru would.
hit the thing that's running away from you?
Oh yeah, definitely.
go for it. Roll to hit.
Moves away.
Oh my god, go for it. Add 6.
And that plus 6 is 15.
15? No. You kind of
Ah.
you're surprised by the creature suddenly like looking up at Yell, terrified and turning and running, and you kind of try and swipe away with the hooves, but it just skirts across the back of the creature without really making any impact.
Ah.
You seductively caress the creature.
Hang on, it's just going to make a yes, it's head over heels. It wants your babies. Cool, that's you.
No, I don't want it.
Well, you must spurn his advances. It's the 21st century. Anyway, Yell, that's your turn. Unless you want to do anything else.
Bum, 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 bum. That's it.
Eirys.
Okay, let's see. I will move 5, 10. I suppose that's not quite on the muddy bit there.
Okay.
And I would like to try and hide again, please.
Go for it.
Natural 20 again. I swear.
Nice. You believe yourself to be
Beautiful.
hidden. Arthrin kind of like glances to his
Okay.
left. You are nowhere to be seen. He focuses back in on the fight. He knows that you're there, but he doesn't see you. But yeah,
Okay. And I'd like to shoot at this one
go for it
with my bow.
with my bow.
With my bow. Not another 20, but that was good. Plus 7. 24.
Why don't you roll that sneak attack damage? Also, he couldn't see you, so you can roll with advantage.
Ooh, just in case.
Yeah, just
I'm
in
gonna
case.
roll the one that keeps rolling 20s.
Yeah.
No, I got a little bit less.
Okay, never mind. Go for
That was
that
still
sneak
fun.
attack. That was great.
Jody, do you do that thing? Oh, sorry.
Did I do the what?
Do you do the thing where you leave your dice facing the 20s upwards so gravity slowly pulls the molecules down so it's more likely to land on the 20?
I do that.
I do now.
That's not a thing. Sorry.
Technically, it is a thing. It just won't ever work in our lifetime.
Oh my god.
You
I
don't
got
know.
15. 15 points
They'll
of
be
damage.
lucky
15.
millennia from now.
Yeah, that'll do. The
Down as a family heirloom.
as you see the arrow bury itself in the creature's flesh between two kind of like almost like tectonic plates of armored skin, you get the sense that these might be arrows that you're never seeing again. Because
Oh no.
because they're getting
Okay.
between these points. You can certainly try. It depends.
I'm going to move back to about here, and then that's me done.
All right.
Oh, wait, I can
Arthrin.
use my bonus action.
Oh
sorry.
yeah. What do you want to do with your bonus action? Oh no, you used your
Did
bonus
I
action to
use-
hide, didn't you? And then you.
Oh yeah, I did.
Yeah. You can use insightful fighting, but that only one a turn when you don't hide. Arthrin
Yeah,
missed
same.
on. He held an action for as the elks burst out of the ground, but sorry, not elks. As the bullets, land sharks burst out of the ground. He decided not to release because Nuru was in the way. But now that they've spread out a little bit, as a bonus action, he's going to transfer the hunter's mark from the dead corpse beside to this bullet, and he's going to fire his arrow. It is a 15, a miss. He's sad about that and decides to back away a bit because he's a bit of a bitch. The bullets now take their turn. This Dissonant Whispers mofo, does he have to go for a wisdom save again?
No, it's just a one-off. So
Okay,
he
so-
makes that wisdom save, and
Yeah.
it's essentially on that turn he has to use his reaction to run as far away from me as he possibly can.
Yeah, okay. This guy, he sees the arrows whizzing towards him. He sees Arthrin backing away. So his burrow speed is 40 feet.
You can
Bullets.
start moving.
Long jump is 30 feet. You know what? I'm gonna let this happen. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. As he gets to the end of his movement, the bullet, as it's wading through the earth, jumps. And it jumps 30 feet towards Arthrin. 5, 10, 15, 20. It gets there. Arthrin's like, holy fuck! The bullet lands on him.
Dang, dude.
Okay. He can either make a strength or dexterity throw. I think Arthrin's going to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, God. Oh, God. This is what the bullet would have done. Oh, God. Fails. Oh, God. The bullet...
Am I going to revivify again?
Well, good thing you
You
bought this
just got
gun.
those diamonds.
Sorry, just bear
I
with
mean,
me.
we can always, try to prevent him from dying. That's an option.
3d6 plus 4. Okay, it's not as bad as the bite.
In the
He
first
won't
place.
die this close to 2 clerics.
I know,
Be
right?
unhurt.
13, 14, 15, 16.
You'd have to be extremely unlucky.
16 bludgeoning damage and... Oh, hell. 16 slashing damage. 16 plus 16 is 32. Arthrin's down. Arthrin's down. He's knocked prone. And yeah, Arthrin is unconscious.
Know exactly what I'm going to do.
And there's Eirys and Kyro. You see the bullet just run between you, jump at Arthrin, land, and there's just an explosion of dirt. And you hear the scream, ah! As Arthrin gets knocked unconscious by the bullet. And as that happens, the red glow around its body dissipates. Wow. And the second one is going to come to its senses, and actually, it sees Yell floating, it sees the giant elk standing majestic and regal, and 5,
You
10,
mean moose.
15, 20,
Yeah,
25.
the regal moose.
It's going to jump.
Eagle moose.
It jumps and does the same thing. You need to make us either a strength or a dexterity saving throw, Nero.
I vote strength, considering.
You got advantage on strength checks because of the
do.
aura.
You do.
And
Very
that
good.
is that is 18 plus 18 plus moose, which is plus
Okay.
4. So I think that's a get.
So
22.
you're going to take half of the damage that I'm about to tell you. 7, 8. You take 6 points of bludgeoning damage. I've already halved it for you. 6 points of bludgeoning damage. And...
Okay.
Ooh. 7 points of slashing damage. 6 and 7. And you're
You're down to 7 HP.
and as the bullet lands, you're able to move yourself 5 feet away from it as it lands, in a direction of your choice.
I'm gonna move towards Arthrin.
Okay, that way. You're still within the bullet's kind of sphere. It doesn't take an opportunity attack, but obviously you're able to kind of guide yourself as you kind of slide backwards, as you take the impact and reduce the damage of the bullet's jump attack. Wow. This is an effect on the landscape. Kyro.
Alright, I'll do something similar to the land shark, and I'm going to run at it, and I'm going to try to plunge my swords into it.
All right, make an attack roll. No advantage, I'm afraid, because Arthrin's not conscious.
Oh, really?
Look, Arthrin's not
Damn.
conscious. No advantage.
Well, fuck. That's not what I planned happening.
He's
Oh, well.
unconscious, man.
No, it's cool. It's not his fault. 21 on that.
That's a hit. You got the damage with the Dragon's Bane blade, which is a +1.
Mm-hmm.
These aren't draconic creatures.
17 on the second one.
That just hits.
Very good. Alright.
So just add an extra damage to the
So-
first hit, plus when you add your modifier, add an
Oh,
extra
yeah, and I
one.
don't. Sorry, that was not what I meant to roll.
Okay,
Okay.
then it's okay. Just go for it again.
There we go.
Okay, they're down with the heater.
Alright,
Did you feel the heat turn on?
so that is 20 damage.
Where does the 1d8 come from, Megan?
What?
You rolled a
rapier?
1d8. Rapier?
Yeah, I have a rapier. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'll go along with it. Didn't realise it was a rapier. I thought it was 2 short swords.
I have a short sword also.
Okay.
But
maybe-
I'm not wielding it at the moment. It's in my backpack or whatever it is. Sheath.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. Cool. So
I
that's
have a variety of weapons.
that's your action to attack with one hand, your bonus action to attack with another, and your movements. Brüz.
Yep.
Brüz will, just looking at the bullet that's jumped out to attack Nuru, he's going to cast Thorn Whip.
Is it through the duplicitous self again?
Yes, through the duplicitous self.
5, 10, 15. It just needs to move a bit closer to it, but that's fine. I'm going to let that happen.
Well, it's got, I think, 30-foot range.
Oh,
Let me
well,
just
in
get
that case, there you go.
Thorn Whip, yeah, 30-foot range.
Yep, fine. Go for the attack.
And then it's a attack plus 7. 9 plus 7 is 16.
No, sorry.
I'm going to
So
use
close.
luck.
Go for it.
Oh, yeah, that's a 19 plus 7, 26.
Much better. Go for the damage.
Okay.
The body, as it slides across through the Thorn Whip, being dragged towards the duplicitous self, hits the other dead body, and it starts like just paddling around, churning up earth as it goes. What's the damage?
That is, what's that? 11.
All right.
11 piercing damage.
Sure thing.
And over towards
Yep.
other Brüz. And then OG Brüz, real Brüz,
Yeah.
will move down towards Arthrin.
Yep, sure thing. Gonna get all the way.
Yeah.
Not
Oh,
quite.
just shy. Yeah, so just down here, just go.
Sure thing.
So he will turn down here.
All right.
Turn around. So silly.
You had?
And yeah, he'll leave the spirit totem where it is to keep giving the strength advantage to
Yeah. Sure thing. Okay. Anything
And
else on
that's
your turn? Yeah. All right. Nuru. You see this creature getting whipped by the duplicitous Brüz and dragged along, slamming into the body of its dead companion or comrade. What are you going to do?
Well, okay, where's Arthrin at?
He's way over there.
Where?
Arthrin,
Way over there?
you glance behind you and you see one of the bullets has like just churned away through the ground and pounced on Arthrin.
You might want to note that you might end up bringing the other bullet with you.
Ah, true.
It's like, or not. I don't know.
But if I rush over that way, I can ram
You
it.
could ram it.
yeah, go for
It's
it.
better your ram or your hook.
You should be safe enough to be able to run away from it distance wise. Yeah, out of
And then I can run
Opportunity
back
attack
over the
route.
next turn and ram the other guy.
yeah.
So
I'd say that the bullet that's next to you would probably take an opportunity attack.
That's
how much health I got?
You're just
like
about
7. If it hit, you'd probably down. Although
No,
you'd
just-
turn back into a Nuru.
Yeah, you
Yeah, I can't charge if I'm Nuru, so
things to
Well,
think
you
about.
can. It just wouldn't be very effective.
that's too risky.
It'd just be comical.
Just like on the back of the bullet.
Like, there are 2
You'll get a
clerics right there, so he'll probably not be killed immediately.
well,
2 clerics
okay.
and 2 rogues.
Yeah, I don't want to
Arthrin's
leave.
fine.
I don't want to leave Brüz high and dry. So
Oh,
mean,
actually, I still had a bonus action, didn't I? Damn it.
Brüz and Yell and everyone. So I think try to finish that one off, and I
See.
guess hooves again.
Okay, roll to hit.
Good attack.
Do I have any advantages at all?
I'm afraid not.
Okay,
Alas.
then I rolled a 2, so I don't think I hit.
8 plus the 6, that's not going to do it. You kind of rear up, and the bullet kind of rears up as well, and it's just, again, a Clash of Titans kind of moment. Godzilla versus King Kong sort of deal. Except it's a giant moose. Right, that's your action. I think that's pretty much you if you don't want to move away. Ella.
Hello.
What are you going to
Okay.
do?
Oh well, someone's down. Gotta heal them.
Perfect time.
I'll bring him back, I guess.
The best time to heal someone is when they need it.
So I can get to Arthrin. He's within my teeth in. You just kill Ilsa.
You need to walk over to him, or not.
Okay.
Might be safer. Not too.
Oh, I'm
Oh, God.
standing right on top of him.
I'm
Okay.
almost done with a moose portrait,
I'm
actually.
pushing him.
Ow, my face.
Right.
Is it a cure wounds then?
It's fine. It is a cure wounds.
Yeah.
There it is.
What level are you going to roll it at?
I am rolling at level 3.
Oh, crap. 3d8 plus your MacGuffin. Which is wisdom modifier plus
3d8
5,
plus
I
7,
believe.
basically.
Okay.
That was good. 8. 15 points of I was about to say damage.
Okay.
15 points of reverse damage.
Let's slap him while he's down.
Reverse damage. You walk up with radiant energy, you just guiding bolt on the back of the head. No. He opens his eyes as the arcane energy is in. He sees Ella, then he sees the bullet reaching over, like with his jaws open. He's like, ah! He's screaming. He's scared. He's a scared boy.
Oh.
He's about to say thank you, but then he sees that there's a giant monster next to him. That's your action. That is your
Just
spell.
yells in your face.
I'm not sure if
Yeah.
there's any bonus action you can take, therefore, because it's usually healing word, but yeah.
You
Yeah.
still could healing word, but
Not usually
Can't
when
you use healing word?
because
Oh, there's 2 spells.
yeah, 2 spells. I think if you're doing a bonus action spell and a cantrip, then that's fine. But
Yes.
oh, okay. My bad.
we might need to talk a bit more about that after this. But yeah, cool. That's anything
I
else?
still
Learning.
have. I
Yeah?
still have 5 foot.
Oh, okay. Where are you going?
You gonna back up?
You just heal Arthrin and just
I don't want you to
double
get
back.
swallowed.
Just double backwards. You're
Suck.
almost like tripping over yourself as you go backwards. It's like, nice doggy, nice doggy.
Over to you.
Arthrin's like, oh, thanks!
You can
Oh
take
yeah,
it
you
from
have
here.
inspiration. That's right. You could use that in this
Cool.
fight, maybe.
Cool. Yell.
Cool, that's fine.
You are still floating above Nuru. You
I
get
am indeed.
the image of Yell just descending onto Nuru's back and riding a giant moose comes to mind, but you know.
Don't give away my plan for when we kill this one.
Yeah, you could just stand on top
I'll
of
rear up
it.
majestically and make whatever sound mooses make when they're trying
Oh yeah,
to
moose.
sound like anything.
Woof woof.
I won't lie, I definitely thought of doing that when
need
we
to look up
when
moose
we're about to go for a
noises.
charge, but
Alright.
Mm.
Please do.
Yell, is Eirys hiding?
Not at the
At
moment.
the moment.
Not at the moment.
Okay.
No, she's not.
Okay, that made that more difficult then as to who he's going to use his bonus action on. Probably Kyro. Bonus action inspiration.
Sick.
Nice. Kyro, get
It
that
never
sweet
hurts.
lightning bolt of joy.
And then,
I feel your belief in me, and I believe in me just that little
Yes.
bit more.
you got this. Stab it right in the face. And then I'm going to hold Dissonant Whispers for that bullet right in front of me.
You're gonna hold
When that goes into move to make an attack, assumably against Naru, however it's pronounced.
You're not sure.
I'm going to
but-
hold that.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you're holding an action for when the beast.
I'm holding
makes an
Dissonant
attack.
Whispers.
Sure. Sure.
Let's go second level this time.
Okay. Good to know. Good to know.
Just purely and simply for
Yeah.
when it gets to its turn. First thing, as soon as it moves forward, just Dissonant Whispers.
Okay. Sure thing. That's actually a really shrewd move. Eirys.
You know why, don't you?
Yeah, I do. Because you're basically gonna rob.
I
this,
would like to.
Yep.
I would like to charge at this thing, drawing my rapier and dagger as I go.
Sure.
I don't know if this is okay, but can I like jump in the air and just try and like stab it in the side, like
me?
with my blades?
Yes, you can. I'm interpreting that as just an attack.
We
roll.
both just ran up at it and
Yeah.
jumped and sliced down. Very cool.
I should
cool.
probably should have
what-
been more generous to Kyro before and given you an acrobatics check, but I didn't, and I don't want to like.
Nah, it's
give you an-
alright.
You okay with me giving Eirys an
I
acrobatics
just
check?
ran up to it and like stabbed at it.
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead. Does it matter?
I'm gonna give Eirys an acrobatics
Okay.
check then.
Acrobatics check
Yeah.
to like.
Just
You can just
for
assume
flair.
I did
For
that.
flair. Yeah, yeah.
Thank God. That bounced as well, but ended up on a 16. So
16 plus acrobatics.
16 had 7. I'm broken. 23.
The flare is unbelievable. You just vault yourself off of one of the curves of earth around you from this creature's wake, and you do a front flip, and you propel the weapons down. Make an attack roll.
Okay.
You do have
This'll be
advantage
for
because the
my-
creature's surrounded.
Yes.
Arthrin's there, he's
This is gonna
conscious.
be-
Kyro's there, they're conscious. So you're going to make that with advantage. again.
Everyone's real conscious of the
Yeah.
situation.
Everyone is so conscious right now. It's gonna be my rapier, my main hand.
Mhm.
Okay. Oh, please be enough. What's it? Plus 7. 19?
19 hits.
I forgot what the thing was.
That hits.
Oh, thank God. I was worried it was gonna be like just not enough, wasn't it?
No, you're good.
Don't forget your sneak attack,
what's that?
sneak attack.
A D8, isn't it, for a rapier?
It is. Plus 2d6
Yeah.
for your sneak attack.
3d6 for Eirys. She's all rogue, not fighter.
Okay, I
Oh,
rolled pretty
crumbs,
well.
okay.
8, 6, 6, 4. So 10, 18, 24 damage for my rapier.
All right.
Oh, and plus 4.
Okay, because of your
28.
dex.
8.
Yep.
Yeah.
The
28.
As you plunge the blade into the side of the creature, it rears back over Arthrin. Arthrin starts staggering back, like, oh god! What are you going to do with your bonus action?
My offhand weapon dagger.
Go for it. Again, advantage.
Oh, okay, 16 or 17 plus 7, so 24. Was that what I got the first time?
D4, I believe so. D4
Yeah,
plus
and this
dex.
is just a D4.
Yeah, because you've already got your sneak attack.
Not plus dex because I think you only get the modifier on
yeah.
the first, don't you?
Kyro does because of dual
Oh.
weapon fighting, but yeah, just D4 then.
You got a big fat 1, so
Magic,
take
it does.
that.
How do you want to? I'm kidding. No.
That'd be epic.
The creature like feels the cut on its back from the dagger and just kind of like moves around, and you throw yourself off, landing on the ground where your character currently is, and it comes back down on its feet, snarling loudly. Arthrin gets up off the ground with some measure of vitality in his form, raises his hand for again casting Hunter's Mark. It sees that the creature's surrounded, unsheaths his longsword, swings with both hands. A natural 1 and a natural 18, which is a D10, a D8 because the creature is wounded, a D4 for sneak attack because it got advantage, and a D4.
Hate to be this guy.
Yeah?
Oh no.
Sneak attack only happens if you're using a finesse weapon.
Oh, hell.
Oh.
All right, cool. He'll take the D10. Oh, that's good to know. Actually, hang on a minute. What does
I didn't know that.
Arthrin have?
Rapiers and short swords are.
Sorry,
finesse, that's why.
excuse me.
daggers.
He can't use a
And
long
long
sword because he doesn't have a long sword. He only has a short sword. So it is.
Oh, short sword is fine. He gets the sneak attack.
Well, hey, you get
I
the
guess
sneak
that's to
attack.
prevent people from doing sneak attacks with like a flail.
Yeah,
great
or like a
sword.
freaking battle axe.
Great
Yeah.
act.
Or making it harder for a barbarian to always give themselves advantage on an attack.
Holy crap.
And multicasting into rogue.
The dice rolls were 1, 1, 1, and 5. So that's
No.
10 hit points
That's
of
on
damage.
par with my
Oh,
expectations.
Oh, Arthrin.
So like he thrusts out and carves across, and for some reason, just the way he kind of flicks his wrist as he swings the blade, it doesn't cut as deeply as it could have and perhaps should have done. But the creature's wounded,
clumsy
man.
with his swords.
The creature is wounded, and it's the creature's turn. Let's do the top one first. The creature at the top that Yell's got his
It's
eye on
whispers.
It's gonna make a
As soon as
wisdom
it moves.
save. Yeah, it moves to
Yeah,
make
it
an
is.
bite attack against Nuru, and yeah, fuck you. 9 on
Nine
freaking.
fails.
It's gonna turn and
Congratulations,
run
you've won
away from
Dungeons
you.
and Dragons.
I
Well,
win.
5,
50,
10,
Very helpful.
15, 20. Yeah, you've done it.
46
25,
damage.
30, 35, 40.
That's 15 points of psychic damage.
15.
Plus, also, it's moved out of your reach.
Yeah, Nuru, you got it again if you want.
Yeah! Yeah, I'm gonna hit it with my hooves, my beautiful hooves.
Yeah.
I rolled a 9.
Hang on, plus 7. No, plus 6 is
Plus what?
15. So that's
15.
not quite enough. Very
Not
close.
quite
but
enough,
Not quite.
alas.
Not quite. But no, you did well. You horrendous person.
She's not very graceful as a moose.
The creature that's surrounded.
Powerful, yes, but
Graceful, no.
The creature that's surrounded is going to realize that it is so and jump. It jumps in the air, straight up and straight down.
Ugh.
And as it
Very annoying.
jumps 15 feet up and 15 feet down, everyone that's immediately around it, that is Arthrin, that is Kyro, and that is Eirys, needs to make either a strength or a dexterity save of your choice.
Alright.
I'm also going to use Uncanny Dodge.
Oh, sure. Whatever the damage is will be halved.
Oh, cool.
Arthrin fails.
I don't think I have that.
No, not quite yet.
18.
15, 16,
18 is a
17,
success, so you're going to take a quarter of this
21.
damage. You've succeeded, Kyro, so you're going to take a half.
Nice.
6, 7,
What
8,
save
9.
was this, sorry?
Either
Dex
strength or dex.
Strength.
If it's a dex save, then Eirys, do you have evasion yet?
Yeah.
No, I think
Uncanny
I've just
Dodge,
got
right?
Uncanny Dodge. I think I get that later on.
Yeah.
I thought evasion was a 5th level.
Uncanny Dodge at 5th level.
Ah.
Yeah, evasion is,
The more you know.
considerably more powerful.
It is good.
6,
I look
7,
at what
8,
level
9.
it is, but I don't have it yet.
13 hit points, which is halved for you, Kyro, to 6. It's thirded
Nice.
for freaking 3 points for Eirys. But in addition to that, that's bludgeoning, but there's also slashing damage as well. 6, 11, 12, 13, 14, plus...
Just
thank you for
but a
bearing with
scratch.
me.
Evasion is 7th level.
14, 18 points of slashing damage. Arthrin's down again, and gets thrown back.
I just held him! That's for all of us, isn't it? 18. Well,
but
apart from
it's,
half and quarter and
it's
stuff.
halved for Kyro to 9, and it's quartered to 4.
You might need
for
to just
you.
drag him away from the scene.
Okay, so you both managed to like get out of the way, and Arthrin, fighting so bravely, just gets blasted
So
backwards
poorly.
again. He rolls back 5 feet. He's prone. He's unconscious.
Once again.
She really is going to slap him.
Now,
God
as
damn
you
it,
guys
Arthrin.
both succeeded,
Nice.
you need to move back 5 feet in a direction of your choice.
Me? Aw, damn.
Both
Alright.
Eirys and Kyro, you need to move back 5 feet as there's an explosion of dirt in and
Oh,
yeah.
sorry. It's 10. When you say back, away from the creature.
It actually, the description says, pushed 5 feet out of the bullet space into an unoccupied space of the creature's choice. So it's
The creature's choice.
Of
So
your
irritating for
choice.
me specifically.
So you can move 5 feet in any direction around the creature.
I guess
Oh,
I
okay.
dodge, so I'm going to just throw myself that way.
Sure.
I'll just go this way then.
All right. So you're still surrounding the creature.
Just
Excellent.
exactly this thing.
Arthrin is very, very not dead, but just unconscious again. Bless him. Bless
That's
his
good.
bless his cotton socks. And would you believe it? The hunter's mark
Bless
fades
his
again
human soul.
because he lost concentration.
God damn it, Arthrin.
God damn it, Arthrin! Kyro.
I'm going to attack it with my blades.
Take your
So here
advantage.
I go with that.
Advantage for flankage. Sneak attack for whatever the hell happens next.
So that's a regular 20. And a 9, so I'll take the 20.
That is a hit. Don't forget your sneak attack. Sneak
Sneak
attack. Sneak
attack.
attack.
Damage. And then I'll go in with my other weapon.
12. Yep.
Oh, good, I crit.
Nat
So I'm gonna
20.
do that.
Roll the damage, my friend.
Mm-hmm.
Don't forget to double
Roll
those dice.
all of the damage.
Yeah, you got it. 2d8 plus. What is that, 4? I think so. Oh, it's actually plus 5. Okay.
Sure.
There we go.
How do you want to do this?
15.
Haha!
I'm going to probably stab it in the back because that's where I'm at.
Thrust it in with the dragon blade, and it cuts in deep.
Let's get it through a joint. Yeah,
Yeah,
hit something important.
You hit kind of the kind of where the tail links up with the spinal cord, and there's a clunk as the blade seeks to fit deeper in, and in the opening you just thrust the rapier going even deeper still, and as you withdraw both of the blades, there's the burst of putrid black ichor that explodes over your body, and the tail drops off. The creature collapses and laughs. No, he dies. Cool. Nice work.
Very cool.
That was
All right.
111 hit points of damage at
Let's
the end there.
see. I guess I'll use my movement.
Yeah, go for it.
And, yeah, let me see. 30. Yeah, I guess I'll move towards the elk.
All right.
Oh, is that one running?
I'm a moose!
I don't know what the fuck you are.
Yep.
I just got done with the moose token, by the way.
Cool.
Oh my god, we need to see these. Okay.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so that's your turn. Nice work.
Yep.
Who's next? It's Brüz. Brüz.
Okay. Brüz's duplicitous self will move up a little closer to that one running away.
Sure.
Yes, I will go.
And
I probably should have got behind that
then he's
wall.
going to cast a Thorn Whip on that one that's running away.
All right.
And a nat 20.
Well, when you roll the dice, just double what you get, and then that will be the damage.
What's that? 6, 4. That's, oh, yeah, it's 20. So a 6 and a 4 is 10 times 2 is 20.
20 hit points of damage. The creature is dragged 10 feet towards you. And your duplicitous self smiles as he knows he's done his master's work well.
Yes. And that's my bonus action and action done. Bonus action to move him, action to do him, and then the real Brüz, who will stand up, will move down next to Arthrin.
All right.
And just sort of like pick up his head and sort of make sure he's comfortable in his unconsciousness because he can't cast any more spells yet.
As you're doing that, Nuru, you can see the creature running away. You tried to kick it as it went. You watch as the ghostly apparition version of Brüz just whips it and just the thorn just completely rakes through the creature's back. It howls out in pain. It's suffering. What are you gonna do?
Probably try to end that quickly if possible.
I'm gonna say with your movement, you're able to gallop off between the bodies of the fallen ones. You just burst through the ghostly form of Brüz, and you're able to ram it and get the bonus damage if you hit.
Okay.
Roll
let's
to
go.
hit.
And that is a +6 is hold on. 23.
23. Roll the damage. Remember, it's an extra 2d6 on the top, yeah?
And
4d6 in total.
Wow, that's actually very good.
Excellent.
Excellent one.
So 21.
21.
Plus-
Yeah.
Plus 4.
Plus 4 for 25.
25.
Wow. Okay, how do you want to do this?
Nice. Damaging
Um,
it to death.
she rears up, and just does like a flying leap head first down onto like its head, basically trying to gore it with those antlers.
And the antlers just, even though the tough skin has deflected many projectiles that have been fired at these bodies today. Your antlers just sink right in between a soft patch between two particularly hard pieces of skin and dig in. And as you land on top of the creature, your hooves on top of its shoulder blades, it just down onto the ground. There's a boom sound as the body makes contact, and again earth flies around. These creatures seem able to cut through the very earth as if it were water, and you end up on top of the creature's form.
And she just kind of struggles a moment to unlodge herself from its flesh.
Yep.
And then does a little triumphant rear up thing.
Yeah.
And I found out recently that mooses make noises very similar to a really angry cow. So just like a sort of.
All right. You guys, the battle comes to an end. The familiar kind of calm and quiet as the adrenaline is coursing through your body takes you, and you look around. The sound made by your foes seems to have dimmed down. Everyone seems okay,
No more rumbles.
except of course for Arthrin.
Which I'm gonna go over to Arthrin.
Okay.
I will now unshift because I'm probably feeling dizzy from that last ram.
You're on top of the creature's head.
I will get down from there.
Easy enough.
Ella will go over. And she'll say to Brüz, "Do you need a hand?"
Oh yes, if you've got something prepared.
Yep. Not a problem.
Not a problem, it's my frickin' job.
Right, cure wounds, 3rd level.
Crack on, 3d8 plus 7. Alright.
Arthrin's burnt higher level spell slots than Ella did fighting the things.
25 points of healing.
25? Holy crap baskets, that
You're a
opens his
saint
eyes.
and a half.
Wow, Ella. You're very good at this.
Yeah. And actually, that makes a visual difference, right? It's the light that kind of shines from your hands and your symbol of helm really does take over Arthrin's entire body, and he shines for a moment. The light that kind of bursts from within the wounds is like sealed up. If you've ever seen that kind of effect of light going through a closed door as it shuts, that's the kind of thing that happens as the skin closes over the wounds in the vast majority. There's still a few bumps and bruises on his body, but he opens his eyes just like, oh.
And Brüz is leaning right over his head and smiling.
Oh, hi, Brüz.
Hello.
Hi.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah. You never quite get used to, healing magic. Are they dead?
Well, you should thank Ella.
Thank you, Ella.
Yeah, they're dead.
You're welcome.
Cool.
Yeah, you should have seen me. I did a flying leap thing.
Oh.
Yes, it was very impressive.
It was very
I don't think I want to do that very often though, because I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of hurts my head. I'm not
You
sure
need
if
more
that's good for
practice.
me to keep doing a lot.
Staggers to his feet. Okay, well, thanks. You guys are crazy strong, you know that.
You've done a lot of damage today.
I could say the same for you guys.
Thanks, honey
Taken a
bun.
lot of damage too, boy.
I guess I'm not bad at dishing out damage, but I need to get better at avoiding it.
Nah,
Yes,
don't,
that would probably
don't be
help
like
everybody.
that.
Try hiding.
Yeah.
Try running.
I mean, we all survived that. I think we did better than your average person at the very least. I think that's worth celebrating.
Brüz casts mold earth
average
under
people.
Arthrin to put him up in a seat.
Would you stop that?
What, are you not comfortable now?
I mean, actually, yeah, this is kind of... It's just unexpected. You always take me by surprise. He leans back. He is comfortable.
Can I have one, please?
Brüz casts another one under Ella.
Yep.
But it's like a smaller one, and it's actually a lot higher to bring her up to like eye height with the rest of us.
Okay, so your legs are dangling over the edge of this earthen like
She's just
stool.
sitting
like
there
that.
swinging her legs.
Oh my god.
Nuru will make her own.
But I also make a small set of stairs that sort of runs around the outside and down, so she can climb up.
Oh my god.
I think we
Nuru
found
makes like a little table with some dirt cups and dirt teapot, and it's useless. She's just being silly.
Okay.
And she's like, we should make like a dirt castle sometime. That sounds fun.
That does sound fun.
I'm up for that.
Oh my god.
Let's just check there's no
Brüz
other
builds a
enemy.
small wall around Ella's tower.
Eirys perception check.
I'm the king of the castle.
So
Arthrin kind of like glances around. Eirys can make a perception check.
Okay.
Arthrin glances around and kind of sees something behind Nuru. Yell!
Huh?
Yeah, Yell! Are you flying?
Yeah.
He's been doing that.
Is that
entire
new?
time.
How can you
I guess
fly?
technically it's...
He's
That's
magic.
a very
man.
good question, Arthrin.
Do
I
you
figure he's some
remember
kind of
way
magic
back
user, right?
in the catacombs, we found a bunch of shit,
Yeah.
and one of them was a loot? Well,
You
I
found a
got
shit
Ella to
loot?
identify the loot for me,
Mm.
and apparently I can cast fly now.
That's cool.
That's bullshit. Why does Yell? That's bullshit.
Looking good, buddy.
Thanks, buddy! Clearly, Arthur, it was just to make your day a hell of a lot worse, because now I can annoy you in 3 planes.
Oh my god. Why?
You just wait until I'm a stronger druid, and I'll make it up there with you.
Flying party.
Brüz tries to lift Ella up a bit higher on his little tower to try and get her up a little bit closer to the height that Yell is at.
You can get like 10, 15 feet up in the air. She's
Yeah, that's as much as I can go.
liable to hurt
Flying
her
actually
if she falls
does
off.
sound pretty great.
Yes, well, that's what this is.
I mean, Ella, you've got feather fall. If you slip off accidentally, you can just cast.
Oh,
feather fall.
yeah, I'm fine. I'll be alright.
In fact, that would be quite.
I
nice
got
to
a
play that way.
22.
22. From what you can hear, there's rumbling, but it seems to be heading away from your direction now. Almost as if if there are any additional threats that they've decided to avert because they've sensed the rampant death. Maybe they've smelled.
They
the
noped
blood.
out of here.
They were just like,
Smart.
Nope. Not gonna work.
They heard the death cries of their former
So,
family.
what do you think those were? I've never seen nothing like that before.
oh, I'm not sure. Arthur's
Tunnel
gonna kneel
beasts.
down.
Have no clue, but
Do I know
I'm
what
gonna
they
float
are?
down over to their bodies,
Mm.
and I'm gonna try and start taking the chitin off because that was tough.
It was
Can I try
very
and
tough.
retrieve my arrows?
You can make.
I thought-
Yes, both of you can make a survival check. Arthrin's he's made an
Hold on.
investigation check. Let me just check.
I
his
can
numbers.
help.
Okay. One of you can take
I'd
advantage.
like
as
to
Nero
see
helps.
if I know what these things are.
Do you want the advantage for your
Thank you, I got a
arrows? Yeah. Okay.
I got a 9
Nine.
and then the advantage 20.
Did you say you got a natural 20? Because I just got a natural 20 as well on the survival.
You're kidding!
Holy crap!
Yeah.
Wow.
So that my total's 22
Okay.
Alright.
for
My
removing the
total
the
is-
chitin off of them.
You're able. I'm going to say to Yell. You're able to. You can take. It's going to take a while, but you feel once
We
you've
got time.
given it a go for.
I
Like
mean,
one
I'll
of
help
them,
him.
You can remove
to reduce
a
the
portion
time.
of the skin, which may be fashionable into some kind of natural armor. And as you do, like take off, you kind of furrow your blade beneath the kind of softer patches between each of these thicker patches of skin, and it is tough. You know, you guys had to work hard and aim carefully to get around these tougher pieces. It wasn't a case of just slashing through. You had to work around how tough this skin was. You're able to produce. Let's think about that. It's a natural 20, so I'm giving you a fair amount, like of weight of this kind of land shark skin.
Enough to make a fancy outfit.
Enough to make several. Well, it depends on whether you could find
Ooh.
anybody who could craft with these huge pieces of skin, and it's also worth considering how you're going to carry all this, because
We
they're
have
large.
horses.
Yep. I would say this is difficult.
It is my new backpack.
Yeah,
You're
only
able-
we bought like a cart or something.
We don't need a car. We have horses.
The horses aren't going to be able to carry like giant patches of skin of creatures that are 3 times their size. I'm thinking about
It's
weight.
not all of it.
I'm thinking about weight.
All right.
Let's say
The
You're
cart
able to
allows
harvest-
them to pull more than usual.
1, 2, 3,
Our cart would have probably got smashed though.
12
We had had
pieces.
one.
That's true.
True.
12 pieces
So I am gonna put that out there.
of land shark skin, each of which is 50 pounds.
Horses can carry 50 pounds.
12 times 50 pounds.
Oh, okay.
That's a
Maybe
lot of
like
weight.
half.
That's more than I can fit in my bag.
I think I misunderstood. I thought you were talking to me as well, but I was only collecting my arrows, so I don't think mine would have been a survival check or rolled with advantage.
You had Nuru helping you, so you're able to retrieve, unbelievably, as Yell. You kind of like watch Yell doing his thing, and as he's expertly cutting off pieces of the skin, arrows are underneath. You might need to spend a couple of like maybe a few hours kind of cleaning them and maybe resharpening and maybe adjusting the fletching. But you'll feel
Is
color is the flesh?
the meat edible?
the flesh is a kind of dark grey colour, and you have
Oh,
no
that
idea.
doesn't look good.
You have no idea if it's edible. As you do that, as you kind of move across and you kind of like murmur that to yourself, Arthrin raises his finger. I don't think we want to eat this. These aren't.
Yeah, it doesn't look that good. I've
These
never
aren't-
seen meat that's gray.
I don't think these are beasts. These are something. These are monsters. These are, these aren't bears. These aren't moose. I don't know. They're something a bit fouler. I don't think that's the kind of meat that we want to eat.
Yeah, it's like they say you're not supposed to eat owlbear because it's unnatural.
Exactly.
This seems unnatural.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, it's not good to eat fey.
Well, that's for different reasons.
It's not good to eat fey. The fey that I've come across, definitely.
You've come across fey?
Yeah.
What sort?
Well, if you've come across an elf, you've come across a fae.
I'm half fae. It's like
Really?
frowning when you're like talking about eating fae.
Which half?
Mother.
The right side.
So smart.
Really?
Okay. No, I'm talking about Brüz. I'm talking about hags.
Oh no, they're terrible eating.
Why would you want to eat a hag?
I don't know. That sounds horrible.
I'm not suggesting. Oh,
I mean, just cause the old lady's like kind of bad looking, you want to eat her? Isn't that cannibalism?
No. Even if they're good looking, they're still terrible eating.
Are we talking about different things?
Possibly. I
Yeah.
wasn't listening.
Yell. It's gonna take like the best part of an hour, or maybe even an hour and a half, to like harvest all of those pieces of skin. So by the time that's done, your fly is very much worn off.
Oh yeah.
As is the bardic
Yeah.
inspiration on Kyro and Ella.
Mm-hmm.
May I when
I
you're
able
talking
to
about hags, may I do an insight check into Arthrin and see how he's reacting to it?
Yeah, definitely.
I still want to take all the Trine off so that I can find like the best pieces.
Okay, you're able to find like
Because I'm not going to carry it all. Because you said that there was like 12
Highest
pieces. I'm definitely not
quality.
carrying it all.
yeah.
But I'm going to take some of the worse for wear looking ones. Yeah. Ella, can you help me for a second?
Doesn't Eirys have like a bag of holding?
I got 26.
26. Arthrin is really, really uncomfortable. He's made reference to the hags that killed his family, and you can tell that there's a lot of anger still bubbling under the surface. So making light of it, he's like he doesn't know what to do. So he's actually taken physically a couple of steps like back, and just, like He's just like,
Yeah,
focusing on
Nuru
the
probably
horizon.
would have noticed and then decided to drop it because she's just realized that maybe hags are not just old women like she suspected.
I'm going to take a look at Nuru's passive perception and see if that's the case. Yes, 16. I'm going to give you that. I'm going to give you that.
Okay.
You definitely see Arthrin stepping away after that talk is. You're probably wise enough to piece it together. Yeah.
She's a very blunt person, but I think she knows when to not talk about something.
Yeah. Your passive insight is good enough so that you're getting a read on this. Passive insight of 16. My goodness, you're gonna be able to tell if anyone's lying to you. That's brilliant. I'll have to bear that in mind.
Yeah, and the thing is, since her charisma is like not that great, she'll just sort of be like, "You're lying to me, ain't you?"
Amazing.
Technically, my
You know,
passive
it's not
perception is
nice to
17.
lie to people.
Mine's 19.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, perception. Oh, yeah, 19.
Oh, okay, Yell, you probably would have
My
been able
passive
to
deception.
detect. Oh,
Yeah, I can lie and
Yeah,
just
yeah.
get away with it.
Oh, did passive deception? Oh my
Passive
goodness.
deception is 17.
I thought you said
How do you
perception.
figure that?
No, it's 10 plus whatever your modifier
Yeah.
is.
Just a general rule is you have a passive skill which is 10 plus your skill bonus for any skill.
Like,
Yeah.
my passive persuasion and passive performance are 20.
You just walk down
My
the street
passive deception is 13.
like a
then.
dancer.
Yep.
So
Always
basically,
performing.
I
Always
need,
up.
as a DM, I need to like keep my mind aware of those numbers and just be like, hey, if it's Yell trying to persuade someone of something, he'd probably just manage it. He wouldn't need to roll.
Unless he's under duress, in which case he might still have to roll.
Yeah. But anyway, that's stuff that's like well advanced like DMing. I'm not gonna like focus on that now.
I'm passively intimidating,
Advanced
which is
It's true. Like, yeah,
contradictory.
to think about those numbers, man, I'd have to be freaking crazy. Anyway, you guys,
And it's like, also,
yeah.
for like the combat with passive acrobatics and things, like you may be able to say roll the acrobatics check if the passive is decent enough.
Yeah. Anyway, so you guys harvest those pieces. Okay,
Yes,
you find like there are a handful of pieces, 3 of which are just seem you're particularly pleased with as to how they've come off. They kind of have a curved edge to them. You got perfect. The kind of almost again, I'm using the image of a tectonic plate that there's a little gap between the hardened pieces of skin, and you get the curved edge just about right. And the underside is almost like concave. Like giant shields that might be useful to be kind of used.
You're getting ahead of what the things I want to do. God.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to describe the
I called
thing.
Ella over.
Yeah.
I know. I called Ella over. I was going to get one of the worst looking pieces, like not horrendously bad, but one of the worst looking ones. And when Ella gets over, I'm going to hold it up best I can, like a shield. Ella, hit me as hard as you can in the shield. Go.
Okay. And I
Okay.
ram into it.
Oh, are you just running into it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yell, make an athletics check. Ella, make an athletics check. Contestant.
Oh God.
Exciting.
8.
Natural 20!
You
With-
weren't,
died.
you
with
weren't
a-
expecting her to run at you.
No, you were expecting maybe like a weapon attack, but you weren't expecting
Yeah.
this ball of fury to just fly towards you and boom, jump. She jumps, impacts a shield, and suddenly you're on your back, flattened by the piece of skin that you're holding, which is the size of your whole body. So, oh my God, Yell, you're so caught unawares that you sustain a point of bludgeoning damage as you hit the ground. Ella's now lying on top.
Like,
I meant with a weapon to see how tough it is.
Wow.
That's a
I
great
kind of wanted to get an idea
conclusion
how good a
for
shield
that.
it would have made. And I
oh,
push up.
Yeah, okay.
Do you want me to hit
Wait,
your
like,
shield?
like a plate that Ella's now laying on top of. I'm lifting her up, kind of like waiter type
like-
style.
I mean, make another
Like
athletics check if you want to do
slides
that.
When Yell gets to his feet and lifts that shield that he's testing back up, Brüz is going to thorn whip at it.
Okay,
so
just bear with us.
that athletics was 19 plus 3, so 22.
You're able to push up. As you do so, Ella slides off the end onto her feet, and then Brüz Thorn Whip. Make a weapon attack, man. at the shield.
When he gets back up on his feet and he
Yeah,
sort
yeah.
of just brings his shield back up, he's not going to take a sucker shot.
But as you know,
18 plus 7, so 25 to hit.
doesn't matter what I add to the armor class. You just the Thorn Whip wraps around the shield and yoink grabs it out of his hand. And if you're standing 10 feet away, the shield flies towards you, and you're able to kind of grab it. And you
I
are now-
appreciate you all pointing out the flaws in having a shield. I kind of just wanted to see how hard it was, though.
Do
Brüz,
you want me to hit your shield with a sword?
Brüz wants to look at it to see if it's a little bit more hardy than the piece of tree that he's been using as a buckler shield. If it's like a similar size shield, or if it's bigger, or
the
more
piece of
sturdy.
skin. The piece of skin it's taken like off the very top of a bullet's body, so it's huge. It was like almost a bit taller and a bit wider than the big kind of square shields from Roman times. You know what I mean? With more of curved edges and a concaveness to it.
Yeah.
So it's bigger than your
He looks
buckler.
at it and goes, "This is far too
Kyro has
big for me."
offered.
Yeah.
Kyro
Like-
has
That's a
offered
tower
to hit the
shield.
shield
Yeah.
with his weapons. The offer stands on the table.
You're dealing with like 12 pieces like that of various quality. They're all very, very big. Like they tower over Ella, for instance.
We could wrap
Do you want me
Ella
to
in
run
an
into
extra
them
layer of
again?
chitin. Not running, but as Kyro was saying, with like a sword or a blunt weapon or something to smack
I've
against
definitely offered at least 3 times.
it. Yeah, so
No,
time to Kyro.
Kyro's better with swords than I am, so
Kira, do you want to
Kyro,
try
Kyro.
and
I hit
strike
him
the
with a
shield?
sword.
Okay, make
Yeah,
a
I
weapon
hit his
attack.
shield.
Slash at it.
Make a weapon
Yeah, I
attack.
slash at his shield.
Go for it.
Sure. I got a 21. I assume I hit the shield.
That hits. Roll damage on the shield.
Sure. Okay, I guess I'll use my rapier. 4 or 9.
9.
That's right. Yeah.
Yell. Kyro thrusts forward, makes impact with the shield, and there's a as the weapon shoves in, and the nature of the blade being like a thrusting weapon, it actually does break a little bit through, and you see the blade just by an inch or so. Kyro withdraws it.
Huh.
Not good against piercing.
I mean, most shields aren't, but okay. Like, it's
protects
still
you from a jumping gnome.
Yeah. And I feel like
We
that's a threat you'll have to be like, ready for.
Guys.
What, jumping
guys,
gnomes?
Guys,
Yeah.
What is it?
Ah,
we have so many of these pieces.
Seems
we
like a
can make
common
sleds out of
problem
them.
one might face on the road.
Oh, that would be fantastic fun.
We can make sleds out of them, and we can get a horse to carry it if we tie it up properly, so we can carry them all.
I can be a horse.
That's a really good point.
I can be a horse too. Only for an hour though.
we have a whole
When I
gang
get
of
tired.
horses.
For an hour.
So
Yeah,
we can make our own
true.
sleds. We now have infinite fun in the snow, and we can use these good pieces here, look after them, and turn them into shields and armor.
I've
Right
been
now,
so
Eirys is
interested in
the
years.
The bullets that killed her.
Look, I know freaky
I'm not
magic shit
actually a
is,
huge
but
fan of snow.
Right.
You have some magic, Eirys, don't you know?
She glares.
You know, the magic that's in a young girl's heart.
Remember the bag I gave you? That's got magic within it.
The bag of holding.
No, the beans.
Oh, the bean!
You got magic beans?
What?
Yes, I'm
Yes,
sure
I
when they
gave
grow
you
up
to
big
them
and
earlier.
strong.
They were very helpful.
I've always wanted magic beans. You're so lucky.
They're just beans.
They're
No,
magic beans.
you have to plant it.
Yeah, duh.
Plants are not magic.
Oh, plant.
I would beg to differ.
Have you ever
like,
watched a plant grow?
You ever met a
That's the
dryad?
realest magic I've ever seen.
What's a dryad?
Oh, it's like this lady that lives in an oak tree, and you gotta be careful, cause if you're a pretty enough fella, then she'll charm you and keep you forever and ever as her love slave.
What? That doesn't. That's just regular.
That's what my pa told me,
Okay.
and all my brothers.
Why would I have
Because
to be
my brothers
careful?
are real handsome, and if they saw a tree lady, then they could forget everything because they've been enthralled by her.
Guys, this bullet body is starting to smell.
Brüz does some mold earth to kind of drop it into the ground a bit and then cover it over.
That's a great idea, actually. We should do that to all of them.
Cantrip wise, you just spend about a couple of minutes or so just.
Just whoop,
Yeah.
flop.
Just let the earth consume the corpses and let's get out of here.
Sounds good to me.
Is there any little hills or anything around?
These tend to be fairly straight plains. There's obviously a lot of churned up earth around where you are, particularly made in the last few minutes. There is some natural
I've yet
curvature
to
to the
come-
lands, but it's on the other side of the road as it goes further towards the mountains.
Okay, no worries.
So far, the surface world has been mostly barren of anything of interest, except for grass, I guess.
Surface world.
Well, that's not true. We climbed a mountain
Are
and we
you
visited forests like that. We've been to a whole bunch of different places.
Are you from underground?
Who, me?
No, the guy you're talking to. He said something about the surface world, as if he hasn't been from here. Are you from underground?
Yeah.
Have you been living under rocks?
Yes.
That's cool.
Mm.
What's it like living under rocks?
More appealing than living above ground, apparently.
So far. I mean, I don't know how
Well,
big
there's
this
no
place is.
trees under the rocks, right?
Trees are cool.
Didn't get to climb any trees when you were little?
Arthrin
Like-
raises his hand. I climb trees.
Yeah.
Me too.
Trees are cool.
You ever climbed a tree
Congratulations
before?
on your tree climbing experiences.
You need to climb a tree.
Uh-huh.
That's like a rite of passage.
Sure.
You know,
Wait, a rite of passage for what?
maybe this road
Like,
goes
you
closer
know,
to those marshlands over there. There must be trees over there. It'll be maybe another day or so, but we can definitely find some.
If you were to plant one of those beans, a fruit tree might grow.
Whoa.
Really?
Well, it happened to me once.
Maybe we should plant a bee.
Well, then it's not really a bean. It's more of a fruit
Oh,
seed.
okay. So, Brüz, how does this work?
Well, when I did it, it was a long time ago. You take the bean,
Right.
you bury it in the ground.
Okay.
Don't just tip it out. Take it out and be careful.
Oh, all right.
You put the bean in the
Gently,
ground.
gently.
You cover it over.
Yep.
And then you water it.
Oh, does anyone have any water?
Yeah.
I can spit on it.
It's probably not going to be enough. We need a little bit more.
Do we really need to plant a tree or whatever the fuck out here in the middle of nowhere?
I think it's a good idea.
Why not?
It's
These
not
lands
that
make
we
it.
have to, it's that we get to.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Do you know
I
what,
mean-
Nuru, I like you. Nuru was worth joining the crew.
I like you too.
Ah,
Great.
She pats him.
oh, thank you. Arthrin's going to walk a few paces over here, and he's going to get out a bean. He's going to be very careful. He's going to just with his hands, just try and move some earth. This earth is loose around here because of the movement of the bullets, so it's easy. He pops in a magic bean. Just going to check. I'm pretty sure everybody has a water MacGuffin.
I mean, yeah, we'd have water with our
Water skins, yeah.
rations.
Like a canteen.
Yeah, everyone has a water skin. It's I think
Yeah.
of it as
Yeah.
a leathery sort of
drink.
bag with, yeah. So whenever we walk past sources of
Bruce
water,
stands well back.
he kind of waters it. He kind of looks around for where
I'm
Bruce
gonna
is.
move over to where that is.
Bruce? Bruce,
Oh,
what?
yes, you might want to stand back, lad.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes it
Okay.
can be a bit sudden.
He kind of
It takes
runs,
about a
Nuru
minute.
is definitely
Runs over.
standing back.
and in the meantime, I will roll a D100.
Oh, good.
Eirys is
It's a
still
random.
convinced that in like 3 weeks' time, a tiny little sprout will grow. She's like, she thinks you're all being ridiculous.
Eirys is surprised.
Yell was flying 10 minutes ago, so.
Eirys is
I don't
surprised
fucking know.
to see instead, after 1 minute, a immediate piece of wood just lurches out of the ground. But it's not a piece of wood that looks like a tree. It looks like it's been carved. It falls to the ground. Another one comes up and falls around to it, and then another, and then another, and then another.
What?
It makes a little circle of logs, and then a bunch of little stones surround the logs, and then a whole bunch of twigs come up in a triangular sort of wigwam shape, and then a campfire bursts to life.
Whoa!
Whoa! Oh,
What?
shit.
I've never seen it do that before. That's a new one.
I love these
Fantastic.
beans!
What are these?
No.
Should I be
not a
holding
tree,
these?
Yeah.
It's
Just
I will
don't
never
tip them out.
oh,
Just
okay.
be very gentle with them.
All right. That's crazy. That's amazing. Whoa. Kind of
Cool.
steps forward towards it. He extends his hands. It's warm. It's actually genuine. It's not like an illusion or anything. I think it's actually a
Nuru's
fire.
gonna sit on one of the little log seats.
Yeah, it's like what I was describing was just like a spiral of logs on top of which were like a wigwam of kindling, and then around that ring of wood, like logs, is like the stones that surround it to keep the
Oh,
spark from
she's
spreading.
just gonna sit next to the fire and I don't know. We just gotta we gotta have something for roasting, right? You know what? Be right back. I'm gonna catch something, and she
okay.
will turn into a wolf and run off and go try to hunt.
Okay. Make a survival check. Do it with advantage because you've made yourself a form of a wolf. I'm going to give that to you.
Okay. And that is survival is +6, so 21.
Oh, you're easily able to find, not far away, in the furrows of earth and around. Actually, it takes you a little while. You know to go a little bit further away from this space because you know that all of the local wildlife would have been chased away by the bigger beasts. But
Yeah.
within an hour, you return with a couple of rabbits between your jaws.
So she just bounds over, wagging her tail, and just out a bunch of rabbits.
So I guess we're camping here.
I guess we are.
Luckily, she knows better than to do what a wolf would normally do, which is to eat the rabbits and then come back and regurgitate the rest for its young. But
Yeah.
she's not going to do that because
Plethora
that's
of
gross.
Animal facts, it's true.
Meanwhile, on the Trine temple, Joril. Nihilus is like, oh! Sentinel's like, oh god, what are you doing? I'm kidding.
They won't eat it otherwise!
Oh god.
That's disgusting!
You guys swear
It's
you
not
hear
even
something
true, they
echoing
eat
down the
whatever.
road. Yeah, it's true. Anyway, so you guys end up taking a bit of a rest here along your journey.
Yeah.
The
I
journey-
mean, Arthrin's like still kind of wrecked, so.
I'm fine.
Good.
Within 5 minutes,
Oh,
he's asleep.
hush and take a break.
Yeah, within 5 minutes, he's asleep.
Is this long rest or
This is a
short
long
rest?
rest we're taking.
Short rest, I think.
You can take a short rest and then continue
Unless
on your way.
it's close to like when we would normally break for the day, night.
It doesn't massively matter because this is the only major thing that happens on the road to Littleshade again.
Okay.
So, yeah, you guys are
Might
able
as well
to,
then.
you guys continue on.
Yes,
Yes.
when we're having the short rest, Brüz actually wild shapes into a wolf with Nuru to run off and
Ooh, advantage.
Oh,
Go
okay.
be a
Which
wolf.
you already had.
Okay. Yeah.
That's lovely.
You guys help each other, and you know the brace of rabbits.
So
grows.
the cat lady is Bruce's friend or something. Is that what I'm gathering here?
Well, that's what
Yeah.
they said.
Okay. I was just wondering why she was here, but I assumed it was because she was friends with Bruce.
I mean, she's becoming friends with us. I really like her.
Sure, okay.
Anyway.
It's a good thing she's not here to hear this. This slander.
Oh, I just met her yesterday. I met her yesterday.
Well,
Yeah.
Well, she rather likes you. She probably would object if she heard this from you, though.
Anyway.
You also met me yesterday.
That doesn't matter. She likes most people as long as they're nice to her.
Okay.
You guys end up resting for however long and continue along your way. Let's keep going for a few more minutes. You end up recognizing Eirys. You definitely recognize as the plains around give way to more kind of wet life and marshland within the next day or so. As you follow the river, though, you see the river breaks off into smaller sort of streams that run off into that.
I want to catch a frog.
Make a survival check.
Okay. That is 25.
Wow. You get frog and a little nest with frog spawn in it. And
I basically just picked them up and I'm like, look, I got a frog.
Oh. Arthrin's just like, oh, okay.
That's all she's doing is just showing people the cool frog she found and then letting it go.
Just like Eirys, just like you have a frog thrust into your face.
Isn't it beautiful? Look at him. Look at him, his little face.
He's so cute.
That is a very cute frog.
Yeah.
We should call him Ribbit.
He Brüz leans into the frog, and just like speaks to him with Sylvia and goes, "Have you been having a good day?" Oh, that's
well, I mean,
great.
he did just get like accosted by this tabaxi today, so.
And he says,
silly.
"Are there any dangers near here that we should be afraid of?"
Immediately beside your right ear is buzzing a little fly, and just a tongue from the frog just grabs the fly from you.
Wow.
Wow, what a good
Thank goodness.
frog! What a good survival boy. You eat that up. I'm gonna let you go now. And she like puts him back in the pond where he was.
Baseball throws him into the distance.
as you lower your
No,
hand,
she's gentle with her frogs.
you're halfway down, and it just propels itself off of your hand and disappears into a small pool beside.
Bye!
You guys continue along the river, the marshland going beyond, leading to small settlements that aren't on your road. But you do make your way back onto the main river, which grows, and the trees become more willow-esque, and kind of there's a dampness in the atmosphere as your path leads you north. And eventually you see Littleshade. Now I've got to describe this to you to get a real sense of the, I'm gonna do as the Adventure Zone says and get my adjective pen. Littleshade is a hamlet that lies on the top of, at the bottom of, and all the way around a waterfall. A large waterfall, about 40 to 50 feet tall. Small buildings along with strong stone and wooden support structures jut out and around the ascending mist as it rises from the falls 50 feet below. A community of eccentric fishermen and a growing tourist trade has emerged, some of you are aware, as travellers and adventurers exchange but a few coins for the expert guidance of the locals as they take them in and around the caves that have been scored in by the cliffside by man or by nature, forming the rocky hold for this waterfall. Vibrant life thrives in this habitat, as Nuru has just found, including all manner of colourful fish, wet kelp, and other plant life, which incidentally makes for a salty local delicacy for its people. You can see at the top of the falls, the largest building offers a magnificent view of the waterfall and the surrounding space. A tavern. You see a large sign, the Winged Salmon, so named because of the almost unbelievable annual event in which the local salmon, as part of their mating rituals, swim up the sheer waterfall to make their way to the source of the river Trine. The locals swear by this remarkable feat of nature, and some credit an unknown magical energy that empowers the fish every spring. But what do I know? The chef special for today, you can see that as well as you walk past this building. You're at the top of the waterfall at this point. Is the salmon skin roll. That's 3 silver pieces per plate.
Oh,
You can see.
I'm a cat. I have to.
You gonna go into the tavern?
Yeah, I want to eat their local delicacies. She's kind of.
Yep.
It's one of her weaknesses is good food.
Yeah, you kind of stride across. Does anyone
Especially
want to follow her?
fish. She's a cat.
Yeah, Brüz will follow her in.
Yep, sure thing. You two open the doors, and you can see it's a wide and open space with round tables, with round stools of a similar design around, and a bar that is of a similar design to the tables, circular, as if you can be served from any direction in the middle of this space. And there is a half-elf at the bar with sort of bushy and kind of ringleted dark hair and a cheeky grin on his face as he sees you walk in amongst a handful of other patrons. Well, hello there. Come on in. How can I help you? Welcome to the winged salmon, salmon skin roll. It's a local delicacy. Haven't seen you guys around before. Would you be interested?
Yep.
Oh, we've never been here before.
All right, 2 orders of salmon skin roll.
Give me your fish.
All right. Calm your titties. Claude! 2 orders of the salmon skin roll.
Speak to a lady.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't realize I was speaking to a lady. Which branch of nobility are you from?
Were you speaking to me?
I was speaking to the lady.
Well, that's no way to speak to a lady.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just we're a little bit informal around here. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Clive, and I am the proprietor of the establishment you find yourself in. And around back is Claude. He's the one responsible for the beautiful fish-based produce you're about to enjoy this afternoon. Do you want any drinks while you wait?
Do you have any cider?
I can see what I can find. He turns around, and the kind of serving device, it's like there appear to be a bunch of turned over casks that you recognize from taverns, but again, they're circular. They're spaced out in regular intervals in a circular sort of pattern, and he just grabs the sort of boards underneath, drags, and they kind of go around in a circular motion, rotating around the middle, as if he can...
Oh, that is so clever.
Oh! Well, if you like this, wait until you see the rest of the place. He kind of like stops. It's like, yes, I've got something on elderberries here. It's not traditional, but you might like it.
That sounds very interesting.
All right.
We'll have 2.
2 orders. That'll be a silver piece for both.
And
Fabulous.
Nuru will toss her silver piece.
Oh, much obliged. Pours you 2 tankards, swings it over.
Is that for the salmon sandwich skin as well?
Oh no, salmon skin roll is 3 silver pieces. Claude, where the fuck is my salmon skin roll? Sorry about that. He's not normally this.
That's all right.
There's the sound of a ringing bell, and he kind of like hears it, and he turns around and he carries on turning the kind of the circular servery around until a gap appears on which there are 2 plates. Thank you, Claude! He takes them both and he turns around and he serves them to you. That's 7 silver pieces, 3 silver pieces per plate. It's steep, but it'll be worth it once you taste it.
So, yeah, Nuru, of course, immediately wants the salmon. She's hungry for fish.
Yeah, you chow down, and it's delicious. There's like there's a roll of like the roll itself is like an unleavened bread, and it's kind of like done in a spiral, and then the salmon meat goes in between each of the kind of pieces as the bread kind of spirals in. The salmon spirals in as well, and there's like a white sort of cream holding it all together that is delicious, and it's good stuff.
DM.
This isn't fair.
I didn't realize I was on mute. Sorry, but I
yeah.
said as soon as we got to the village,
Mhm.
I would like start to like fall nearer the back of the group,
Sure
and
thing.
then when everyone's kind of in front of me, I was just gonna stealth off.
All right.
Would
I'm
anybody?
gonna go to a water. I'm gonna go to like water, I guess. I'm gonna get the ichor off me.
Oh well, I'm gonna. It's been like a day since then, so we're assuming that everybody's washed up after the encounter and all that kind of stuff. So don't worry.
Oh,
about that.
okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
Good to
it's
know.
I will be looking for a blacksmith.
Okay. I'm gonna say while that's happening, then is anyone gonna pay attention to the fact that Eirys might disappear?
I might.
Probably.
Brüz is already in the
Yeah.
already going into
gonna
it to eat.
Gonna say because Nuru, you made a beeline for the tavern, you probably wouldn't be looking out for.
Oh darn!
Make a stealth check.
I
Just in
was,
case.
I'm seduced by fish.
It's true, and it is delicious. It's worth the money.
I don't know if I pick it up.
Yell.
25.
Because I'm looking for a blacksmith.
Yeah, make an investigation check, Yell. What was the stealth check? Sorry.
25.
Oh wow, yeah.
I have 0 plans, so I'm
No
probably
one's-
just around.
Okay, you're gonna go into the tavern.
I don't know.
Okay, I'll
Keep leading.
leave you a second to think about it. Yell, what was your investigation check?
19.
19.
16 plus 3.
Easy enough to find. It's actually the second. I'm not going to say second largest, but it's one of the larger buildings. There are large homesteads. There's a stables. Most of the buildings for like commerce are at the top of the falls, and then at the bottom of the falls are a lot of the more kind of run down in amidst the mist buildings, and belonging to the people who work and live here. Whereas there's more high rise. Yeah.
I think I'd like to just explore.
It's a floodplain, but it's cheaper. Okay.
Exactly.
As you're exploring, Yell, you find the blacksmith. It's actually smaller than the one in Trinstone, but it seems to have some gear available. Most of it is more practically minded, so like horseshoes for the stables next door, tools of stoneworking. To keep up the kind of craft or the architecture around the falls, that kind of thing. Yeah. Is there anything you're looking for in particular?
Well, I've got a giant sled of bullet chitin.
You open up the door and there's a human male. He has a really, really bushy ginger mustache and no other hair, including his eyebrows. And he's got very, very pale skin, but he is muscular. He's used to working metal. And as you walk in, the horses that you've been traveling with are just exhausted from carrying all of these pieces. And you bring one.
When we got into town, I would have taken over and started slowly dragging it on my the sled on my back.
Yeah. You pick. Do you have all of them with you?
I believe so. Like I fashioned it so that the one that got pierced and wasn't good quality was at the bottom, and then layered them so that the good ones are at the top, so they have the least chance of damage, and used rope to tie them down, and then has leads to be carried across.
Make athletics check to carry all this.
I was gonna say Ella would probably be with Yell anyway, so
you want to help?
That, yeah.
Okay, roll with advantage, Yell.
Spot him.
Okay, so that was a 17, and that one's an 11. So 17 plus athletics, that's 3, so dirty 20.
Okay, so with Ella, you're able to kind of just about carry this all across. It is heavy. It does make your muscles hurt, but you can manage it across. The door opens. The human male looks up and he goes, "Oh, wow. All right. You
Hello there. We've got a shit ton of chitin, and I've got some commissioning to do.
Oh, right. Okay. Hang on. He kind of like puts down what he was doing, walks across, picks it up. He's like, hang on. This isn't land shark skin, is it?
Well, it came out of the land and it attacked us like a shark, so maybe.
Well, I'd heard rumors about
Seems likely.
Maybe them moving up south of here.
Which direction did we come in from? We came in from south, didn't we?
Yeah.
South.
Yeah. You came in from the southwest, so yeah. You've.
Yeah. Well, we fought them to about a day's travel south of here, southwest.
Oh wow. Well, you've done fucking well.
fuck. I mean, what are you expecting me to do with this? These are beautiful pieces of skin. I would definitely be able to use these in my work, upkeeping the architecture which supports the tavern. You know, the walkway on top of the waterfall that always needs work. I'd be willing to pay you for this material if you like.
Well, I'm glad we're talking business here, because I would like, and the top 3 are the best quality ones.
Oh, right.
Using these ones, I would like to craft, if you can, 3 shields. You can use the scraps or whatever for whatever else you need. Or, I don't know if they're useful horseshoes. And then you can happily buy the rest.
Oh, well, all right. Well, he takes a few minutes to look over all of the pieces one at a time. He's methodical.
I fully expect the one that was used as a sled is not going to be wanted.
He looks at that
after
one.
being dragged across the floor.
Yeah. He looks at that one. He's like, I can take that one.
Don't worry about the bottom one.
Yeah, I can take that one off your hands if you want. I mean, I can take it. Just don't expect any money for it.
Oh no, we'll keep using it as a sled. I promised a sled for snowing.
Oh, well, and by all means, please. I'm happy to take the top 3 and produce 3 broad shields. They will obviously not be the same size as those pieces of skin.
I should hope not.
No,
it'd be difficult to move.
These are huge pieces, and the fact that you've been traveling for a day with these is frankly unbelievable. Anyway, I'm happy to.
He's a strong dude.
Yeah. If I make the shields for you, I am happy to take the other pieces in exchange, plus an additional 50 gold pieces. That's a considerable discount on my traditional commissioned work, but yeah.
So 50 gold pieces and the shields.
I will make the pieces of skin into shields. I will take the remainder of the pieces as payment, and an additional 50 gold pieces from you to make them. This is a very special order. It will take me a fair few days, maybe even a week.
See, there is one small issue though, and you said how helpful it will be for keeping the repairs up. How about you just take it, make the shields, we call it even.
Make a persuasion check. You've got high passive, so do it with advantage.
Oh, nice. The higher of the 2 there was a 21.
Seems reasonable.
I can make the 50 gold back elsewhere. That's fine. All right. Yeah, we'll call it even.
All right. Thank you very much. And I shake his hand.
Oh, well.
Yay!
Much obliged. Yeah. Well, while you're here, don't you forget to head to the Winged Salmon. Seriously. Clive's a good guy. Claude's a dick, but Clive's a good guy.
Noted.
You should also, because listen, I like you. All right, you seem like a real upstanding fella.
I like you too.
Oh well, that's
you seem great.
I would recommend that you ride on the Falls lift. You should definitely give it a go.
Falls lift.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Is that going up and down the waterfall?
Yes, it's a lift that goes up and down the falls. It's at the Winged Salmon.
Ella, I've got an idea. It needs a barrel.
Oh my god.
What are you doing?
I mean, you have a piece of chitin.
Oh, wait, sorry. How tall is this waterfall?
And that was the end of Yellow.
50 feet.
How much?
50.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a rug bag.
Please don't jump off this waterfall.
Oh my god, can you cast Featherfall on the barrel?
As a day, I can
float
cast
down the
fly on
river.
myself just in case.
That
And then Ella can cast
that
Featherfall on
doesn't seem
herself.
advisable.
Sounds fun though.
You
I
guys.
have an idea. I need a barrel. I want to ride down the waterfall in a barrel.
You want to ride down the waterfall in a barrel?
The blacksmith scratches
Yes.
his head and he's like, I'm not selling you a fucking barrel for that purpose.
That's fine. I'll
I
find
love
it.
this dude.
I'm sorry.
We'll find it. We'll find one. Come on.
Brüz grows an inexplicably large smile and is not sure why. Because I feel
Yeah. Brüz, the salmon is amazing.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
The salmon is great
hang
too.
on, have I got everything accounted for? Arthrin, I'll say, is in the tavern. He gives 3 silver pieces. He
I'm
enjoys a bite of
exploring
salmon
the
as well.
town. I don't know what I'm gonna find.
Um,
I'm exploring the town. I don't know.
just
Ella did want to do something.
okay.
When?
I'll do Ella first, and then we'll do Kyro. Then we're gonna do Eirys. Okay. So Ella, what are you gonna do?
I would also like to speak to Ella at some point.
So she'll go on the mini adventure of finding a barrel.
Yep.
But as they step out, say to, oh, wait 1 minute. I just need to send a message.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you know what? She's got, actually, you know what? No. Actually, I'm gonna do sending.
Okay. Yep. Sure. Who are you sending to?
Eirys.
Oh hell. Okay.
I can't even hope you get the direction wrong with this one.
Nope.
No, it even goes across planes of existence.
Yep.
Oh,
Can't hide from message.
it goes across my mood.
It does not care for your vibe checks.
Damn it. I was going to counter vibe it.
What was she gonna say? Hi, Eirys. Only me. Don't suppose you have my share of the money from collecting all those gnoll ears?
So
Thank you
true.
very much. La 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 la.
Oh my god.
She's got to use the full word count every time.
Is that one that you can get a response to?
You can
Or is it
reply
just send?
Yeah.
with using
You can
25
reply.
words. Yeah.
She doesn't hear a reply.
Oh.
Oh no, something happened to her. Uh-oh.
Maybe I need to say it louder next. Okay.
Did you say this out loud? Like when you sent the message, do you say it out loud?
Yeah.
Or was it in a mind
It's a
message?
whisper.
It was an out loud message.
Can you imagine if she
Oh,
does it
God.
louder next time? Eirys is already like, oh my god, she's in my head. Next time you go, Eirys! Like in her head. Like she's just like getting a migraine now.
Oh god.
She's just
Oh,
gonna go,
no.
Eirys.
I know a spell that will get on your nerves.
Awesome.
Anything else, Ella?
I don't yell. I think Eirys is ignoring me.
And or dead.
Yeah, I noticed she never brought up to everybody else about the sharing of the money.
No, I kind of would like that money because, like diamonds and paper for
Someone-
spells.
Well, I don't
Anyway,
know how
let's-
much we were each meant to get, but you can have this, and I pull out 32 gold pieces that I have.
No, that's yours. You got that fair and square. Besides, we need to buy you a wheelbarrow.
No, barrel.
Barrel.
Wheelbarrow's too dangerous. Would just tip over.
You guys want to ride a wheelbarrow down a waterfall?
No, barrel.
Oh, I wish I could be involved.
I wish.
Maybe I'll see the.
At least
maybe
I
I'll
wish to
see
go
them
down it.
at the top of the waterfall at some point. As I'm
I
wandering.
wish to go down in a barrel.
So, hang on. Let me get this straight, yo. You want me and you to sit in a barrel and go down the waterfall?
You don't have to join me. I was just wondering if you'd help me find the barrel. But
So we're
what I
going
was
down the
gonna
waterfall and we're going to plummet to our death.
No. We're gonna go in the waterfall. It'll be like the greatest slide ever, and I will cast fire myself so that I won't ever actually hit the floor.
actually, I've got this neat trick as well. I've got Featherfall. That would work.
So, could you cast that on like the barrel so that the barrel just like whee?
The water was still pushing you guys.
Oh. Although I'm not quite sure if it would work on the barrel. But we could get multiple barrels. We keep doing it.
Do it when you're in the barrel, and then you would just hold the barrel up.
I got a feeling from Brüz.
I was about
Do
to
it
say,
on you.
I had
hold
a
the
message
barrel.
from Brüz.
What
That's a
would
good
Brüz
idea,
do?
Brüz.
It was
Great
the
idea, Brüz.
duplicitous-
We appreciate it.
It was the duplicitous form of Brüz come back from the ether.
Oh my
We
God.
love this mischief, and I feel like we should get Brüz involved if he wants to help cause this mischief.
Yes, we need to get Brüz involved. Let's go!
Make an investigation check with advantage as you both look for a barrel.
You are a shenanigan player.
Who? Me or Ella?
I mean, either one of you with advantage, or each of you once. It's up to you.
Each of us
I
once?
How is Stanley,
Yeah.
by the way?
Oh, Stanley!
Huh?
I'm just curious.
Stanley kind of
Yeah.
pokes his neck out of Yell's bag.
Hi, Stanley!
That scritched his head.
Make an okay. No, you don't need to make an animal handling check. He's nuzzles. He's a nuzzler.
He loves you now.
It's been long enough.
I hope your
You don't have to
investigation
make
was
checks
better
on
than
people you
mine.
love.
Mine was a 9.
I got 19.
19.
Master Investigator.
You kind of figure.
I
if
got a
there's-
magnifying glass.
Number 1 detective agency. You guys make your way around to the back of the tavern because you figure actually the tavern is kind of circular, so there's not really a back, but you do notice that there's like a fenced off area for maybe where they may get rid of their waste, that kind of thing. And there are plenty of empty barrels in there. If only you could get in.
I climb into one of them.
There's a fence in your way. You can climb over it if you want.
Oh. I will climb over the fence.
Make an athletics check.
Wait. Before we start climbing, DM, roughly, how far away is the top of the waterfall from the tavern?
Oh, crumbs. The tavern is right beside, like, a walkway that's built over the edge of the cliff to allow a beautiful view of the falls beneath. So that you've got the circular nature of the building, a 10-foot gap, the walkway that juts out between 10 and 15 foot, and then the falls over beyond. It's to the left of the building from where you're standing right now. The river kind of runs by you. The top of this kind of town is made up of a bunch of bridges that go over the river at various points. But you're beside the tavern. I'd say the point where the walkway ends with the fence is about, if you're stood beside where that fence is, about 50 feet or so.
Oh, perfect. In which case, we've got about 10 minutes. We don't need to climb. I cast Fly on myself, fly over the fence, grab 2 barrels, and come back over. And it's like, we need to run to the waterfall. Now, we have 10 minutes.
Make
I
an
start
athletics
running
check
and
to carry
go
those
up.
barrels. Because they might be empty, but they're still hefty.
I can do it one at a time.
Yeah. Okay, yeah.
Natural 20.
Oh, fine. Yep, that'll do. You make it.
So 23.
You heft up both of them, one in each arm. You feel the muscles give. You let yourself feel a bit of your barbarian rageness to give you a bit of adrenaline, but not as much as to rage. Just like heft it up and you carry it across.
Stub your toe.
He doesn't stub his toe. It's a natural 20, man. He does it perfectly. So you guys make your way to the edge of the walkway. You're getting a few kind of quizzical looks from passers-by. Meanwhile, Arthrin is on his 3rd plate of salmon skin roll. This is really good.
Did you know that there's a balcony out here that looks over the waterfall?
I didn't know that. I did not know that. That's really cool.
I just noticed it. I'm going to go outside and check it out.
Yeah, maybe you know what? Hang on. Wait. What's your name? What's your name? My name's Clive. Oh, sorry, Clive. We're gonna go outside. Of course, you got to look over the falls while you're here. How
late in the day is it?
It's like mid-afternoon at this point.
Okay. and Nuru's thinking to herself, like, does she expect to need to turn into a beast soon?
You have no idea.
Probably not. There don't seem to be any like aggressive people around.
So she's like, it's probably safe to burn one of these, and she's like, all right, I have a cool idea. She says,
What?
Like to nobody in particular. I guess
loud?
Arthrin's around or something.
Arthrin's on his way.
Arthrin and Brüz.
They're on their way out onto the walkway.
She, yeah, she's out on the walkway with them, and she kind of backs up, and she takes a running leap and turns into a big old salmon, and she's gonna try to go up the waterfall.
Holy! And as you run out and you jump, you hear the echoing voice of Clive, like, holy shit! And you turn into a salmon, you
I
fall.
feel like there's gonna be a cool legend about this.
Make an
That's a
acrobatics
bold
check.
move in a fishing town.
Make an
Okay.
Make an acrobatics check.
I guess she's curious how hard it is to do that. So she's gonna see if she
I
can.
mean, if a fisherman catches her, she can just.
Well, yeah, she'll just turn back
Can you
into herself and be
imagine-
like, "Hey, don't eat me."
Imagine that guy's day. He's like, I come on, and suddenly there's just a tabaxi. Like,
That would be upsetting. Yeah.
Also,
You are-
she's
How
smart
far
enough
from
to
the
know
season are we?
not to eat a
Worm.
that is hanging suspiciously in the water.
You
That's
you
fair.
jump, you run out, you jump over. Arthrin and Brüz are like, what the hell? As you jump, make an acrobatics check. Add 1 because you are in the form of a fish.
Acrobatics.
Specifically, a giant catfish stat block. I'm not kidding. The first thing I googled was a giant catfish stat block. Nuru the
Perfect.
tabaxi fish. Anyway, sorry, I'm just freaking out.
Okay, so
I get it.
she.
Now this is what I'm
that's
talking about.
14 plus 2 plus 1, so
A 15.
17.
Okay,
17.
I'm gonna let you go for that. You jump over the edge, you fall down, you kind of the falling water kind of splashes over your body, and you hit a space that appears to be free of rocks, and
Luckily.
you're at the bottom of the falls.
What if that's how she died?
That'd be sad.
I
for
mean,
you.
it's 50 feet. You're falling. You are a fish, though, so I'm going to let you have it. You do get some, like, bruising over your body from the impact on the water, but your form is enough to cut into the water a little bit.
I think she would have taken a nosedive and tried to
You don't want to
break
flop
the.
under the water.
Yeah, she's not
kiss
gonna
the
do
water.
a belly flop.
Yeah, totally. So yeah, you jump into the water.
I guess that's what the dexterity's for.
Yeah, Arthrin and Brüz look over, or Arthrin looks over the edge like, what the hell? Did you see that?
Yes, I did. I didn't know she could turn into a fish.
Immediately as this happens,
Hold my beer.
over the top, immediately beside where Nuru just vaulted off, Yell and Ella, you approach with the barrels. What are you doing?
Sorry.
Also, she's like a weirdly tawny brown colored salmon
Yeah,
with
totally.
a black stripe on top of her back. So
Okay, Brüz and Ella, what are you doing? Sorry, Yell and Ella.
Got the barrel.
Yeah.
Got the barrel. It's like, right, we need to get it in the water and jump in it so that the stream takes us down and we go down the water. I'm already flying. Don't forget to cast Featherfall on yourself.
I've got my feather.
How long does it last?
Bear with me, and I get out my spellbook.
Oh my god.
Oh, it lasts
she
for a
lands.
minute.
Okay, that should be fine if you go. Can you cast it as we get to the edge?
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
Cool.
I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
If not, I'll fly after you and pick you up.
Okay.
'Cause
And then we call Brüz because I might need some healing.
I can heal too. Remember, I still got the other spell.
Oh yeah. Go.
So
Let's go,
I
guys!
kind of fly over the stream, holding the barrels in place so that
Yeah.
Ella can get in hers,
Mhm.
and then I, still holding it, land in mine.
You're bobbing down. You're bobbing down the river. between where you and the edge of the waterfall are, the walkway kind of goes over the edge of the river, and then there's a little 10 feet of river before the free fall of the falls. You hear the rushing water. You go underneath the shadows, and over the side you can see on the right hand side, Arthrin and Brüz are looking over, gawping. You see Arthrin look over Ella. He makes eye contact with you. He goes, "What the fro?" You guys go over the edge. You start falling. What are you gonna do?
And while they're falling, I'm trying to swim up, and there's like a moment where we see each other.
You see a giant fish at the bottom trying to swim against the tide of the falls.
The waterfall.
I'm sat.
You see this
cross-legged
happen?
in my barrel.
Yeah.
Sat cross-legged in my barrel, so I can use my knees to support me against the barrel, and I just put my arms up and start like yelling like I'm on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah. You guys need to make dexterity saves just to make sure that your bodies don't twist over and fall
Like pop
as you
off the
fall.
spells on them.
Oh god.
And
Dex save.
Nuru, you need to make a dex save as well, because there's a barrel hurtling towards your face to get out of the way.
Oh no! Okay, so
Dex
I
save
rolled
of
a
18
6
for me.
18 is good. You managed
whatever
to stay
salmon
level.
dexterity is.
You're gonna get smacked with a barrel.
14.
14. Oh, it buffers around. You end up on your side.
She's a really big salmon, by the way.
Yeah, that's cool. I get it. Dexterity save. What's the roll?
I rolled a 6 plus whatever salmon dexterity is.
Oh
So
boy,
probably like somewhere in the 12 range.
you're gonna get bludgeoned as a barrel that Ella's in just careens down and hits you as you're swimming up.
What's my salmon health?
I've given you giant catfish, which is 30. Actually,
Like
that doesn't make any sense. A giant salmon would probably have something like 10. It's 1d6 damage for being hit by a barrel, and 2d6 as you careen down to the water below for falling damage.
Ooh.
What are you two gonna do? You're still falling. Yell, you managed to keep yourself
Well,
upright.
I've got fly on me, so at any point I can just fly
You
over.
can calculate that damage, man.
Okay.
About
Well, I
about
mean,
halfway.
You take
Three-quarters
8
of the
hit
way
points
down.
of bludgeoning damage
Any
as your
excess
body
damage
hits.
is gonna carry over to your other form.
I mean, you take 8 hit points, which is 2. You're down to 2 giant salmon hit points. Yeah.
and then I hit the bottom and probably turn back, right?
I mean, yeah. It basically bumps you out of the form as you hit the water, and
So now she's just a wet cat.
yep.
Aw.
You two. The
I'm
barrels are
gonna
plummeting down.
3/4.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 3/4. I will have noticed that Ella's sideways, so I'm gonna fly out of my one and grab hers to upright it, and just hold the barrel and fly down at the 60 feet rather than using the waterfall, and just splash into the water at 60 feet
Okay.
per
Because
6 seconds.
it's your movement speed, you can get down there.
Nuru's gonna try to get out of the way of that.
Yeah, I'd say that you kind of splooshed down. You went down a few more feet, so as Yell hits the water, you're further down than he is. So that's fine. Ella, you're casting Feather the Fall on yourself.
Yeah.
You do so, and the barrel's been righted. It impacts the water. Sploosh. I'm gonna roll a d20 to see if it stays upright. It doesn't. It lands, and then it ducks to the side, fills up with water, and then starts to sink. You feather fall. It's barrel 1, barrel 2. Yell hits the water next to one of the barrels, and then you float down gently afterwards, and enter the water. It's a more gentle fall.
Can I can I, as I'm coming down, can I be like a Mary Poppins style?
Yeah. You just go down, and without disturbing the water, your legs go in, then your torso, then your neck, then your top of your head, and just without the water's already been turned up by all of the things hitting it, so you just kind of like just sink into the
What?
water.
I'm in the water.
Yeah. Totally.
I'm in the water.
Yeah.
Oh crap! Ella can't swim.
Oh boy, maybe one thing to think about before you do this.
Ella's
Yale did not know
freaking
this.
out now.
And you
Yale is going to use his fly, fly
her.
under, grab Ella, and
Yep.
fly back out.
Just make a little athletics
better.
check just to make
Okay,
sure you grab her properly.
whatever, you can do that.
7 plus 3 is 10.
I'll give you it. It's a struggle. She starts flailing around. You're not sure why. She strikes you in the head as you try and grab her, and you manage to emerge out of the surface. She takes in a deep gulp of breath, and then you twig. Oh, can Ella not swim? At that point, you're able to get.
Are you
her
all
up.
right there? You should have said that you can't swim, and I would have just asked for moral
You
support as I
can't
did it.
swim? Why were you doing this stuff like that if you can't swim? That's stupid.
Other
Y'all
than the
are
not swimming
stupid.
part just now, how great was that?
You ruined my cool stunt and with your thing that you didn't even think of, and you could have died.
No, we had spells. We were fine.
You hear a shout from the top walkway above. Hey guys, what the fuck?
Look up.
Should we go down and check if they're all right?
Are you all right?
It's all good.
No,
That was
we're
great.
good.
There's a
Thumbs
number.
up.
There's a number of individuals kind of walking past, particularly on the bottom, who just give you the weirdest looks as they kind of walk by. And as you do, like you hear one of the individuals looks to be maybe a half elf, just tourist, and continues walking on.
Damn right.
Meanwhile, whilst all this is happening, I want to talk about what Kyro's doing. Do you say you're just wandering around the town, looking for anything in particular?
Well, I don't know exactly what I would find interesting right now.
Okay. Makes it difficult to identify a check.
I mean, I guess I'm not looking for anything specific.
I can.
I'll know it when I see it.
You see the circular tavern building at the edge. There's a walkway beyond. You can see the kind of mist of the
There's
falls
caves.
rising.
I can
There
go
are
check those
there are
out.
caves. I'll tell you what. Actually, there's a number of individuals by them. A number of figures who, as you approach, they see that you're walking towards the caves, and they start like offering you opportunities to take tours. Actually, there's a red female tiefling. There's a human male, a dwarf female. Those are the main
Do
three.
any of them?
Can you describe
Do
the
any of them
tiefling?
see the irony in offering a drow a tour of a cave?
Tell me more about the tiefling.
Female tiefling. She's got like a sort of yellow garb on, a kind of like a shirt, and then a pair of sort of like semi-dress, but also like it's almost like baggy trousers sort of thing with like dress ends on at the end of each leg. A belt wrapped around that's of kind of like a reddish brown sort of leathery material. Her horns are kind of ram horns, curved, and they're dark, kind of blackish red in color. Her eyes are just black, no iris, nothing like that, and she kind of has a cheeky little grin with you can see the kind of the further back her teeth go, the sharper they get. She kind of looks at you as you approach. Well, hello there. Might I interest you in a tour? Say again?
Is it just like a walk around the cave?
I could take you down. I could take you, tell you about the history of the town, of the reason the caves were made, the mysterious hidden passages that you'd never find anywhere else. She kind of glances down at you and then back up, making eye contact.
Yeah, all right.
It's 4 pieces of silver.
I give the lady money.
Okay. She takes you down into the tunnels. There are a series of tunnels, shimmering, vibrant walls. There appear to be it's a mixture of like bioluminescent algae and other like plants that appear to shine.
Things that I probably have seen before.
Yeah, but like
Well, it's probably not the same thing.
No, it's different stuff.
you're aware of the
It's like a pine tree
luminescent.
versus an oak tree.
Yeah, like you suddenly feel a lot more comfortable, even though it's light. It's like cavern light, natural light from the plant life, and you feel much more comfortable straight away in a way you haven't felt in a long time. And actually, the walls are shimmering, not only because there's water running down the walls at various places, almost like water features along the sides of the path that you're walking down. Some stairways, some just kind of like natural curving tunnelways. But occasionally minerals running through the walls also paint them different colours, greens, blues and reds. The tiefling turns around. My name's Tessel, by the way.
I'm Kyro. What's his
Kyro.
name? What's her name? Tessel?
Tessel. Tessel.
Okay.
What brings you to Littleshade?
Some of the people I'm traveling with want to go to the capital, so...
Oh, no. You want to stay away from that place.
Raises an eyebrow.
Come on, I'll show you something good. She kind of takes you around to where the tunnel kind of like turns around to the left, but she turns right into a shadowy place that you wouldn't expect there to be a cave, but there is.
Whoa, what I have?
It appears to be like almost like an extension, just an extra little chamber beyond where the tunnel leads. And there are a whole bunch of like chalk drawings all the way around the walls. Some of them have been washed away by the waters that run down here, but others have stayed. And there's all manner of little trinkets and pieces. She turns around. She says, "This is my secret place. I don't show this to everyone, you know." What are you gonna do?
Does she want to, like, do sex?
Make an insight check.
I mean, I'm kind of assuming, but... Alright. Inside it is. Yeah. I got a 3, so...
In total?
I mean, I'm already kind of assuming that she might be wanting to have sex, so I just
mean,
can't tell what she wants.
You're not sure what she wants, but you know that you are alone with a tiefling in a chamber that's secret, and she's batting her eyelids at you. I'm not sure you need a particularly high insight roll to get what's going on here, but you're like intelligence-wise, you're connecting the dots. You're just not sure if you just don't know.
Okay.
What's the matter?
Do you want to fuck?
Well, that's one way to do it.
Well, you're more forward than most, but you do. And she turns around, wraps her arms around you, and gives you a... That's where Kyro's gonna stay.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's...
Is she like an extra sneaky prostitute?
I mean, Kyro didn't roll very well on the insight check, so I can't tell you, I'm afraid.
I'm gonna wake up without a kidney.
I mean,
if she pulls a knife on me, I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, it's not the first time someone's pulled a knife on you during sex, right?
I feel like if she pulls a knife on you, she's made a mistake.
Yeah, totally. So the last person...
That won't involve.
I mean, I know the difference
for
between,
today...
like...
Sorry, after you.
Oh, I was just gonna say, he knows the difference between, like, fun knife stuff and not fun knife stuff.
Oh my god.
It's kinky knife stuff.
This here's my kinky knife.
So, at the same time as Arthrin goes back to his salmon skin roll plate, his third of the day, and the others are recovering from jumping down a frickin' waterfall in nothing but barrels because you're crazy. Kyro has sex in the caves within the falls, and Eirys, you know exactly where you're going. No roll necessary. You decide to decline using the lift that hangs over like a pulley. You guys can see this from your position on either the walkway or from the bottom. From the bottom of the falls, you can see at the top a big pulley that has hanging from it large chains around a kind of square plank that's got almost a metal cage kind of built around it, and there's a winch that's operated.
As much as possible, I'll be taking the route most out of sight of anyone.
You happen to know from your time here earlier that there is a small, mostly unused stairway up and down the falls. Most people tend to use the lift, but you take that way. It's easy enough for you to go. This is a community that you know well. You've actually
I'll say because of your background, you've actually found that secret room. You don't know you don't know where the decorations come from, but you know where that room is. But anyway, you make your way down. You go into the kind of residential district, and way back, further away from where the Falls live, around the copses of trees, and where it becomes again more sort of like marsh-like, you can find Kylan's home. I suppose that's where you're going.
Yes. The whole way, I'm going to be looking around, trying to make sure, as far as I'm aware, that I'm not being followed, that no one's seen me.
Yeah, make a perception check as you go.
Okay. I'm going to use luck. I'm much better. Perception 24. And I'm off for luck.
As far as you can tell, there are people whose eyes follow you. There are perhaps you walk past a warehouse that might be a fishery of some kind, and you notice that somebody glances at you, and his eyes follow you, perhaps a little bit hungrily as you walk by. You choose to put that into the back of your mind. Any individuals that you do pass, they do double take, but most go about their business.
I've got my scarf back up over my face and my hood up as well.
Sure. You know, people double take, but you don't appear to have been followed.
Halfway up the stairs, I get Ella's message.
Yeah.
And I just stop and I'm like, fuck off. Carry on.
Amazing.
Like in my head, not I don't say it.
So you're wanting
when
to
I
find...
get there, I in sight of the house, I just stop for a minute and just take a deep breath and try and calm my heartbeat down. And then I creep around the back of the house.
Make a stealth check.
Okay, not too bad. 23.
You believe yourself to be hidden. You go around the shadow of the house, the other side of the house from where the sun is currently lowering in the sky. You're wanting to find Kylan, and you know that it's here, a small home in the shadow of the Falls, edged away from the fisheries and the farms near to the water, protected from the residue spray by distance, and a reinforced roof of thrice varnished wooden planks. You know this building well enough. You've gone around to the back. What would you like to do?
Can I step up by a window and try and listen and see if I can hear anyone inside?
Perception check.
Natural 20.
You hear a single figure moving around the space beyond this window, and as you do, you see a figure inside. Your head suddenly moves down to hide yourself, and you crane your head to the slightly open space. Footsteps tramp. You hear... It's not a voice that's vocalizing anything, but it's a sigh that you recognize. It is Kylan. You hear the body move and gently sit down on a chair and reach for a piece of paper. There's the clink of a tankard as he apparently takes a drink from somewhere.
I'm going to sneak in through the window.
Okay.
As quietly as I can.
From what you get of your perception check, the window is immediately... It goes immediately to the room, and from where you can hear, from what you perceive, he may be facing that window.
Oh, right, okay, I'm not going to do that. That would be very sneaky.
Yeah.
I'm going to move around to a different part of the house where I feel I can enter.
Yeah, with these checks, you're able to detect it. You'll probably go through a window into another room, but you can certainly try make another stealth check.
Okay. Oh, I got it the same one again as before. 23.
You believe you're making as little sound as you possibly can, or at least, not much sound at all. As you check the window, you see that it's apparently open, which is interesting. You open it up from the inside, move yourself inside, and move it down to a similar level of being open behind you. You kind of step down.
And again, I'm all the time I'm just looking around and making sure no one's watching me when I do this?
You glance out of the window again. Make a perception check.
Okay.
You're standing on
This
a
is too
bed.
much. I have perception. Different roll, but 23 again.
You look around and you can see the house is very much at the back of this settlement, and the view beyond is of where the river begins to break up and split into more marshy lands, and it just seems to be wildlife from what you can see.
Okay, I'm gonna
You're stood on a bed as you've moved into the window.
as silently as possible climb down
Yep.
and walk into the room that he's in.
Open the door, close it behind you. Kylan seems to be deeply reading the parchment. You hear him kind of, in fact, you stay still, he kind of moves back, he says quietly to himself, D'Artagnan, what have you done?
Oh no, what did he do?
Hello, old friend. I just smile at him.
He kind of, he's kind of sat on your right hand side, facing the window that you were trying to climb in from the other time. He looks up, he gets to his feet, he throws the paper down. Eirys, he walks over and he gives you a big hug.
I give him a big hug back. When he turned around, I was doing the cool, like, just leaning against the door thing, by the way.
He ignores it all and he just gives you a warm embrace. He's like, oh, I was so worried.
I'm still alive.
You're still alive. Oh, you're still alive. He grabs you
Around
by the shoulders and he looks you in the eyes. You're
I'm
still
too stubborn to die, you know.
You've proven that your skills are not just words. Welcome home. He gives you another hug.
Oh my god, I hug him back. How are you? Have they given you any trouble?
Why don't you sit down? Why don't I get out more mead? We've got a lot to talk about.
Absolutely.
God dang.
As you guys clean up after your shenanigans on the falls, as Kyro gets down and as Eirys gets served a tankard of mead. Are you going to drink it that, by the way?
Yes. And I'll tell him full disclosure, everything.
Yeah. As you begin to regale your entire story from when you first left Littleshade Falls and made your way to the small fishing village of Uthella, we're going to finish the story here for now. Well done. Well done.
Woo!
That was
I'm
amazing.
so sweaty.
Haha.
Please spent arm stretch, mum spaghetti. Phooey! I love you guys so much.
Yay.
I'm going to ask you further questions about the Tiefling girl.
What sort of panties was she wearing?
No.
Oh my god.
Was she wearing panties?
That would tell you a lot more about like her intentions and stuff. Like
Amazing.
That'd be another insight roll, no doubt.
Yeah.
Why is she not wearing underwear?
No, I understand how sex works.
Well played, everybody.
That was a good game.
That was a great game. Thank you so much for engaging and being your awesome selves. I love you very much. And thank you for watching if you're still here. We really love this campaign and we hope that you enjoy kind of joining along. And I know that I need to improve, like maybe get a Discord or something, get a bit more of a dialogue going on, get you guys involved a bit more. Be patient with me because full-time work, but yeah, we love you very much, and see you in 2 weeks' time. Is it Monday yet? See you next
Have a
time.
good
for
week,
more
everybody.
D&D.
Goodbye,
D&D.
Jen.
D&D.